got 3.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got 3 total.
Oh, okay. I just don't have the second set. I don't have 33 through 77. I think that's the last page. You got the last page. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I got it on my phone too, so it's fine. Just seeing who's who here. 14, 17, and 24. Panthers.
Yeah, I don't like that. announcer starts talking, the music will go off, and we'll let him do his thing.
Okay.
And then we'll just do like when captains come out and start the game. I'm not doing any pregame shit.
No problem. Almost ready for coin toss.
All right, Thomas, bud, we know you're out there. Make sure you can hear us, okay? Everything should be in good shape. Kyle, you can hear me, right?
Absolutely.
Good, I can hear you as well, too. Let's turn you up a little bit. Got a football game, starts in 7.5 minutes. Sac City Panthers in town.
Got some football weather after last week's heat wave down in Santa Rosa. Looking forward to it here. Both teams coming off a win last week.
Tonight's game brought to you by the Army National Guard. You can call recruiter Eric Riley at 925-5594. Also Hill Collision Center on board with us this year. A little windy today. Not bad, though. It rained earlier hard. We put a canopy tent up.
Thought we might get a mud bowl tonight, but I don't think we are.
I don't think it's going to happen that way. Also want to thank Jerry Butler, Snap-on Tools, for being part of this operation this year. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate that. We're going to do a special feature on former Coach Donahue from Shasta College here later on in the season, and Jerry's behind all that. Throw this out there just to make sure. No flag. All right, this will pretty much be your scoreboard for today. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate that. Kyle and I have been working together off and on for about, 3 years? I mean, we can say 3 years because that's when I first started working with you.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle's a pro. He knows the game, and he's a good pontificator.
Looking forward to having a partner this weekend.
When my wife says I can listen to Kyle, dude, you're in. You can't go nowhere.
High praise, high praise.
Our cameraman is Justin Baracker. Has been with us for a second year now. He provides you all the pictures. He's got a good line on the Panthers. We're coming back onto the field right now.
Welcome to tonight's game.
We'll let announcer Aaron Williams take care of some business for you.
And your Shasta Knights. California Community College Athletic Association decorum policy is in effect for all games throughout this event. Please be respectful and courteous to each other. The CCCAA strongly encourages all fans to avoid using profane language, taunting, or making inappropriate gestures or nonverbal signs to opposing teams and fans.
Remember last week they made that same announcement after somebody in the audience said something that was not arable.
Sometimes you don't disagree, or you don't agree with the call on the field, and emotions overcome you.
Let me give you the numbers for the Shasta captains. You can let us know who they are. 17, that's Oglani Wickard, quarterback. 64.
You're looking at Michael Johnson, offensive lineman out of Pleasant Hill, Oregon.
I believe up in front, that's Detrius Kelsaw, captain. And number 44 had a great game last week. We like to see his name, Cole Parker.
Last year's leading sacker, also this year's leading sacker through the first 3 games on that D-line.
Knights are 3-0. The Panthers are 1-2. They got a late fourth quarter, a couple of scores to win last week.
13-10 over Diablo Valley.
All right, national anthem coming up in a moment. Then we'll get
Ladies
busy.
and gentlemen, will you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Yeah, I love when that song ends. That's one of my favorite songs in the whole planet. And that means it's game time.
That's the best time. Been waiting all week for this
Yeah,
one.
no kidding. Welcome back, Kyle.
Diablo Valley was beaten last week 13-10 by the Sac City Panthers. And those of us who have been with us all through this season remember that we played 2 weeks ago. We're down in Coalinga to play West Hills.
That was a fun trip.
West Hills was beaten by Diablo Valley by 32 points. We topped them by 7 a week after that, and then these guys just beat Diablo Valley last week 13-10 in a come-from-behind victory with 13 points, all coming in the fourth quarter to gut out a win there. They're 1-2 on the season. Shasta, of course, 3-0.
Yeah, they got their first bit of competition last week, and late in the fourth quarter, they had an opportunity to give it away, and they came through and did a fine job and picked up the win.
Couple turnovers in the fourth made it more interesting towards the end than we would have liked, but Shasta able to pull it out. So we wait for the results of the toss here.
Yeah. Referee's going to turn his microphone on. Look like Shasta has won the toss, and they are going to deflect to the second half. So they'll be kicking off to begin.
So we'll get a chance to see that defense here that held the opposing offense to under 200 yards last week. And only 114 through the air. So Shasta's leaned on that defense, got a punt return touchdown last week as well from Ivan Smith. 2 punt return touchdowns through the first 3 games for the explosive returner out of Florida.
Still a little bit of sunshine out there, just a couple of spots here and there. The right or the that would be the south end zone. Still got a little sun on it. Shasta looking good in their white jerseys. I believe they had white numbers last year, and I like the white numbers. But, you know, if they put a team on the field, I don't care if they're wearing tutus. I like it. I love the game. Love to bring you the game. Thank you, everyone who is tuned in. Thomas, Bud, Steve Campos. Nice to see you, my friend. We'll give you a good game tonight.
Perfect football weather here as we're just on the edge of September, turning into October. Going to have a great slate of games again tomorrow.
I'm going to turn these down a little bit while that music's playing.
Sure. They've all heard that song before.
Yeah. We'll give you a little bit of a clue as to why we turn our microphones down. YouTube is very stringent on their copyright infringement, and just when the stadium is playing copyrighted music, YouTube will give you a strike on your account and on your channel, and if you get so many strikes, they'll shut you down for 90 days at first, so we're trying to avoid that.
Just about ready for kickoff here.
Okay, now who do you want, Kyle, on the back to receive? It's like number.
It's going to Be a shorter
It's going
kick
to be a
here,
shorter
taken
kick. They'll take that at the 10-yard line up to the 15 and 20, 10 fast ones. A little bit of a hole right there. He's finally brought down at the 33-yard line, and this football game is underway.
They'll spot him right about the 35, so the Panthers will come out on offense here.
Brings the ball out from the 10 to the 35-yard line. That's where the Panthers
In the win last week over Diablo Valley, the damage done, 2 rushing touchdowns by Tyrone Roper there, running back number 8.
Tyler Domino, not Domino, but Domino is your quarterback, and he'll take his first one and throw it over to the right-hand side. It's caught, but he is hammered right away. I'm not so sure that guy didn't get a tattoo right off the top, and that was a great hit by Jaden Harris.
Harris smelling out that quick screen right away. They might have lost half a yard there. Called 2nd and 10. 2 wide receivers off to that side, and he just went right through the block to make the play. Spread him out 4 wide here again.
Man in motion from the right to the left, and he'll give a pitch to it. The Knights are all over it, missed an arm tackle right there, and they get barely past the line of scrimmage, and then it's a gang tackle.
And on the play there,
down he goes.
Tavian Wallace and Garrison Roach wrap him up.
Noah Mellon, the ball carrier. For the
Had a
Panthers.
chance to wrap him up in the backfield, but he's able to slither forward for about 3. Call it 3rd and 7 now, and Shasta will have a chance to get off the field here
Well,
with a 3 and out.
that first missed tackle, an arm tackle, I can hear Coach Steve Campos, who was with us last year, and he's on our line tonight. I could hear him from the sideline on arm tackles. So here we go. Domino's got 2 receivers on each side for himself, one in the backfield, and everybody's on their way out. He rolls out to the right-hand side. Domino looking to throw it, unleashes it. It's overthrown about midfield, 50, and it's incomplete.
Intended there for Jacob Williams. Giving chase there was Torian Calhoun-Ray. On the outside, number 58, one of your 4.0 scholar athletes here at Shasta College.
You know who's not in the lineup today is Kendrell Petit. He's got a minor knee injury that'll keep him out for about a week. He's on the sideline somewhere, but he is not even dressed out. And he was a big playmaker last week.
Had a touchdown catch in the victory, and he's been one of their more reliable options in the passing game.
Punting formation. Back to receive for the Knights will be George Fountain.
Short punt here, and it's going to be in traffic.
It'll bounce out of bounds right about the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Knights as they get started.
40-yard line, 41-yard line.
Looked like it went off the side of his foot there. Smith was back around the 20 to receive it and had no play on that one. So good field position here for Wickard as he gets this offense started. Leading rusher last week was Vinny Smith with 76 yards.
I'm predicting Vinny Smith is going to get his first touchdown tonight. Prediction. Like to see it.
He's the starter back there to get things going here in the first drive.
He's got the Shasta College patented green cleats, too. Hokalani Wickard leading this club. That's going to be an offsides. Vinny will get the call. He's hit immediately. No, they pitched it. They bounced it off it. Did he drop it?
It was Deshaun Hayes out there on a quick screen, but it might have been a free play with an offside. Looked like one of the D tackles might have been early there. Wickard last week with 2 touchdown passes on 190 yards and 1 interception. Shasta also had a couple lost fumbles.
Bring up a 1st and 5 for the Knights.
So 5 free yards. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 45 now. Number 1, James Lee at the top of your screen there. Spread out wide left, 3 men to that side of the field. And Smith in the backfield.
That's McCree in motion, then he'll stop just left in. They'll get that ball right up the middle, and that'll be Vinny Smith. Again, he's gang tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe half a yard or a yard there off the left side, but a number of Panthers meet him there.
The 2nd and 4 for the Knights.
2nd and 4 now as Smith will check out and Matt McCree will line up in the backfield. Carson Marks, number 5, also checks in, as does Ivan Smith.
Second down. Looks like 2. That's like the only thing that the sun's shining on now is the down marker. Second down, and they'll go to the air, and he'll look over to the right flat, and there he is, Ivan Smith, complete at the 50, He's down to the 40. They knock him out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Knights, but there's a flag down.
Flag in the backfield right around the 40 where Wickard made the pass, and it looks like this one might be coming back.
First down.
Well, we see him walking it back. Did we get the call yet on that?
No confirmation, but not a good sign.
Here it comes. It's going to be a chop block. Personal foul.
Flag on the play.
So nice pitch and catch there from Wickard. But it's going to go for naught. 2nd and 4 will instead be
Legal hands to the face. The call against Shasta.
second and about 19. After
Illegal hands to the face.
The 31-yard line.
All the way back to the 31 now, and it'll be 2nd and long.
2nd and 19 for the Knights.
They'll spread them out 2 to either side.
Yeah, they got a lot of options right there. McCree easy to spot. He's got those glow-in-the-dark fishing lure cleats. That's going to be incomplete right over the middle to McCree, but flags are down again.
Tried to set up that quick screen. Looked like they got him to jump offside again. So 2 early offsides penalties here on the Sac City defense. Looked like they got number 44 that time possibly.
Coach Campos on the line. Tell us where you are now. I didn't even know you were gone until you weren't on the sideline. Let us know where you're at, please.
Penalty moves the ball 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 14 for the Knights. 36-yard line. 12:29 left to go here in the opening quarter.
Ball on the 36 now.
Kind of a lackluster first quarter so far, but we're still early in the game. Normally it takes a quarter for everybody to loosen up, find out what the guy across from him is capable of doing.
4 wide receivers and McCree in the backfield.
Got a strong offensive line there for the Knights, and they're ready. Poised, protection, pass right over the middle, and that's incomplete to James Lee, who's hammered.
He's found
As soon as the ball touched his fingers, he got hammered.
Met by your Elijah Ports there out of Fairfield. Good timing by the defense there to jar the ball loose from Lee. In last week's game in Santa Rosa, the first time this year that Lee has been held under 100 yards receiving and held without a touchdown.
Yeah, it's been pretty spectacular the first 2 games of the season, a human highlight reel, him and Ivan Smith as well. Challenged on a different level every single week, and Lee is split wide out to the right-hand side with us, and they got 3 on the left, or 2 on the left, and big offensive line ready to do some protection for Hokalani Wickard. There's the pass
Looking
over the
deep
middle.
for
It's
Lee.
deep, and that's one-handed grab and intercepted.
And we're going to have pass interference on that play as number 16 makes a nice play to tip it to himself. That's Kendrick Bailey out there.
Kendrick Bailey, it was good defense, and I thought that Lee drug it in, but he just took it right out of his arm. We'll see what the call is.
Bailey with some nice ball skills to tip it to himself, but it looked like he had one arm wrapped around Lee before the ball got there. And official with no hesitation throwing that flag as soon as the ball was picked off. And that was on a long down the distance, so we'll see if that ends up being the automatic first down we expect.
Pass interference against the Panthers.
Already
So
third penalty on the first drive here.
they'll mark the ball at the 49 of the Panthers, and that should be first down.
Moves the ball into Panther territory and gives the Knights a first down.
So, Knights down in Panther territory.
3 men to the left with a tight end now in for Wickard as they're on that far right hash mark.
Yeah, the defender moved up all the way on Ivan Smith on the other side, and that's a good thing. There's the handoff right up the middle. Hit, bounced off.
That's Tyler Boston out of Dixon, California with the carry. Already we've seen Smith and Boston.
The ball carrier.
And here comes McCree off the sideline. So that
about 4 yards.
running back rotation
Kendrick Bailey
in effect here early. Also in the game on that one was London McCall, the tight end. He comes out now as they'll go back to a 4 wide set. Deshaun Hayes checks in. 2nd and 6.
McCree in the backfield. He'll flare out, and they go right over the middle again, and that is complete right about the 30 or 41-yard line.
That's Hayes close to a first down. We'll see where they want to spot it. He'll be just shy, maybe about 1.5 yards shy.
Do you remember the name Willie Mays Hayes?
Ah, yes.
from the movie. Jerry Maguire.
4 to bring up a 3rd and 2 for the night.
We might give Deshaun Hayes a nickname, Willie Mays Hayes. That was a tough catch, too, right over the middle. Anytime you go right over the middle, you are susceptible to getting plastered.
3rd and very short here. Yeah, run like Mays. What is it? Play like Mays, run like Hayes.
Yeah.
Major League, great film.
A man in motion. He'll stop right there at the left end.
3rd and short here.
And snap is high, missed the handoff, and Hokalani bobbles it, and he's just going to go down. He'll lose about 3 or 4 on the play.
Wickard, no chance there as Brandon Wright, the DB, number 23, was coming off the corner on what looked like to be a pressure package, and it ended up being a perfect defensive call on a bobbled snap, and Wickard with nowhere to go. It'll be 4th and 6 now from the 45 for the Panthers, and they are going to bring out Sanchez to punt here.
Sanchez into punt for Shasta.
This guy's got a great leg.
Panthers.
Back to return is number 30. That's Gabe Nino
Gabe Nino.
out of Galt, California.
Great kick.
He's
Nino's going to let it go right over his head, and it'll bounce at the 6-yard line and roll right into the end zone. They couldn't get to it in time.
About a yard and a half too far there, as that one will come back out to the 20.
Got a 53-yard punt for Sanchez. Not bad.
9:49 left to go in the scoreless first quarter.
So both defenses hold firm on their first opportunity here, and with just under 10 minutes left in the first quarter, we're still scoreless.
Hey, Buzzy, you asked the question on the chat line. That was just Willie Mays Hayes was just a reference to a movie. It was either Major League or
well, he was
I
in
think it was Major League.
Major
wasn't
League
it?
and Major League 2, yeah. I haven't seen the third
Just a
one.
reference, a name. We like to give nicknames. Detrius Kelsall, we call him the D Train. All right, Domini right up over center this time. It's a different look for the Panthers. They'll hand off to the right-hand side. A little bit of a hole, but not much. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage and brought down. Your tackler was 31 for the Knights, and that's going to be Tavian Wallace with a good stop.
Like Jared Kenepe, number 22. A running back on the play there. 2nd and 5 now. And they'll go in the hurry up now. Just under 20 seconds left on the play clock on 2nd and 5.
They'll fake the handoff, play action up the middle. Had one guy almost brought him down, but the quarterback is on the run to the left flat. He'll run out of bounds at the 31. They may mark it at the 32.
That'll be enough for a first down there. So he's flushed out of the pocket and able to get around the corners. They were not able to keep contained.
Excellent pass coverage right there for the Knights. Gave that quarterback no option.
So 1st and 10 from right around their own 32.5-yard line. Once again going with the no huddle here to try and keep that Shasta defense on their heels. 4 wide.
Our offense looks very familiar. Looks just very much like the Knights. The pass is complete right over the middle. Receiver was Corey Abrams. He picked up 3 or 4 on that one.
Thomas on the tackle.
We're in the first quarter here. No score, 8:45. Clock is running.
Dimino going to be under center now. They're going to bring out a bigger formation with a tight end on the line along with the running back.
Domino now.
Now he's going to be in the shotgun.
Yeah, he moves back out, mixing it up a little bit. Play action pass. He'll roll out to the right-hand side. He's looking way downfield. Tough coverage right there, and that is complete at about the 21-yard line.
Pass complete.
That was a great catch. That was a great catch. Concentration there. Excellent coverage, pass coverage too. I think the height difference made the difference in that play.
Sometimes the timing of the jump makes all the difference there as well. As number 3, Robert Harrison, comes down with that one. Listed at 6'1" out of Fairfield.
I've seen shorter guys out jump taller guys just because they do it at the right time. So 1st and 10 now.
And the 21 of Shasta, that play flips the field, and they're going to run it up the middle.
Right up the middle, and that's not going to go anywhere.
Kelsall wraps him up around the legs, and a couple other Knights.
I'll tell you what,
in on the tackle.
Richard Budd.
Big number 55 in on the play there.
Bud's the one that hit him first, and it was like running into a Mack truck.
2nd and 11 as they lose a yard on the play.
It'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
3 wide receivers to the left. The big tight end up to the right. That's Zach Marsh-Wojan there, number 87. One of their leading receivers
Snap
last
a little
week.
high. Play action pass, and quarterback is going to go down right away.
That's Torrin Calhoun Ray, number 58.
That's right. He was all over him. Didn't have a chance.
Calhoun Ray.
That right side just collapsed and nowhere to go for Demino. And 3rd and long now, 3rd and 15. They'll have to get all the way down to about the 11-yard line for a first down.
On the sack will bring up a 3rd and 16 for the Panthers.
The defensive line of Shasta continues to show out here early in the season, as they'll try and hold fast here inside the red zone, or near the red zone, I should say.
There's going to be a timeout called by the Panthers. I'm going to do a little something real quick. Don't worry, your picture's coming right back. I'm just making another screen about something, so stand by. There's no problem. We're very happy that things are going very well this week. I'm going to turn that down while he's doing that.
After the timeout, the Panthers face a 3rd and 16.
All right, sorry. About that. Get you going. 3rd and 16. They play action pass. Dump it right over the top. That's complete. Few-yard gain back to the original line of scrimmage, and a couple of more right there. Ball down about the 16, 17-yard line. Cameron Nelson, the ball carrier.
Looked like a nice play design. Shasta did a good job to rally to the ball. And that's going to go against the offense. We'll see if they want to accept as result of the play would be 4th down, but on this side of the field, we'll see if Coach Brian Hamilton wants to accept or not.
Call coming out here in just a couple of moments.
This first quarter with kind of the feeling of a boxing match where they're feeling each other out a little bit. That will be declined. Result of the play is 4th down. So 4th from about their own, or pardon me, the Shasta 17. And it looks like they will keep the offense in. No, here comes the kick team.
4th and 12.
Going to try to put 3 points on the board.
4th and 8.
That's Sox Lee, the kicker, number 35.
What a great football name for a kicker. Sox Lee. Here comes the snap. They draw the Knights offsides. Kick got off anyway, and that would have been a good kick, but whistle came out and stopped it. That'll give him.
Sox Lee was in the field goal.
So what was 4th and 8 will now be 4th and 3 in decision time here.
That could be a little bit different.
For Sac City as the ball will be moved up to the 14-yard line.
Penalty brings up a 4th and 1.
I like all the expert coaches in the grandstands. Keep your eye on the ball. Sox Lee now set to try it again. Here comes the snap. Placement down is good. Kick is a wobbly kick, and it is good. And Sac City gets on the board first.
28-yarder is good for Sac City, and they draw first blood here.
57 left to go here in the first quarter. Our score, Sacramento
on
City,
their second
3,
drive.
Shasta,
Just over halfway through the first quarter here. Shasta looking to make it 4 wins in a row after a tight victory last week down in Santa Rosa. A convincing opening win against Chabot, and sloppy but ultimately victorious effort week 2 down in Coalinga.
Tonight's football game is brought to you by Scepter 7, the Hyper Water System, the only system in the world that can manage your pool without chemicals. Take a look at it, www.scepter7.com. It's new, it's inventive, it is amazing. Amazing. If you got a swimming pool, you definitely want to go environmentally safe with that, with no chemicals in your pool. Scepter 7, Hyper Water Systems.
Just about ready for kickoff here as Hayes and Ivan Smith will be back.
Okay, I'll give you your choice.
I'll take Ivan Smith if he's got the ball here. He's had a couple long kick returns and 2 punt returns for touchdowns.
Okay, Hayes on the far side, Ivan Smith on the near side. You'll get Ivan.
Short kick is going to be fielded right around the 15.
That's all you, buddy. Go.
And here comes Smith. He's going to look for the left side. Makes one man miss. He's up the left side already. Got one man cutting back. Now he's looking for a block. Down the sideline all the way to the 32-yard line.
What a spectacular return for Ivan Smith all the way inside the 30.
The explosive runner out of Homestead, Florida, flips the field here for Shasta, and they are automatically in business here on their second drive.
Well, that'll lift your spirits.
A little shot of energy into the crowd here.
53 yards on the return.
Nice. That'll look good on the stat sheet for Mr. Smith.
McCall in at tight end with a 3 wide receiver set here. Looks like Smith in the backfield.
Waiting for Smith to make his mark, put his tattoo, put his signature on this football game. The flag is up and out. Whistle. They'll stop that. Is that a false start? What is
right
that?
Side of the line got started a little early that time.
False start on the Knights. Back them up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 for Shasta.
It'll make it a 48-yard return. I was a math major.
Shasta last week with over 100 yards on the ground, but did not have a rushing touchdown for the first time this year.
I think James Lee only had like 47 yards receiving last week, and that was tough for him. Okalani Wickard takes it, backs up, takes a couple of steps, looks down to the right-hand side. There's James Lee wide open. Stutter step, move, twist to the right-hand side. He's down at the 28.
Tackled by Brandon Wright, number 23 there, and they'll be on time here, second and manageable after the nice gain. 3 wide receivers to the right there, and they found a soft spot in the zone.
Gain of 10 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
Field completely in shadow now as sunset upon us. Back home in Redding, California this week after a couple long road trips.
It's a nice chilly evening here, about 65 degrees, I think, close to it. Play action pass, quick spot out to the left-hand side. That is complete.
That's
he is
Hayes.
drugged down.
Swing pass.
It was almost like a clothesline right there.
Nice open field tackle to keep Hayes from getting around the corner. He had a lot of green in front of him if he could.
Not much gain, if anything at all, maybe inches, depending on where they mark it.
3rd and a short 5 here.
5:41 left to play, first period. Panthers on the board first with a field goal. That's 3-0.
Panthers being very aggressive here. Every player there within about 6 or 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. One safety is dropping back on some plays, but kind of daring Shasta to go over the top here. Now they drop a man deep. Now
Quick pass over the right-hand side. James Lee is the intended receiver. It bounces in and out of the hands and into the end zone, incomplete.
As soon as I say that, they identify the one-on-one with Cameron Davis, number 2 on the right side. And Lee looked like he might have had a shot at that one. Would have been a spectacular catch.
They're already keying on him.
But it'll be 4th and 5 here from their own 28-yard line. Pardon me, from the Sacramento City 28-yard line. And they're going to keep the offense in and go for it here, rather than attempt the long kick. A 4 wide receivers set here.
Make some noise. Knights going forward on 4th down.
And Ivan Smith in the background.
Love it when they go for it on 4th down. It's about 4th and 5. And back to pass is Wickard. He looks down to the right-hand side again. Right over the middle, James Lee. In and out of his hands. He got hit hard at the 25. That's incomplete. And they'll turn it over on downs.
Had to go up the ladder to get that one, and even if he would have been able to come down with it, don't know that he would have been able to get the first down, as he was hit immediately there by number 32, Jarek Magoni.
I'd like to thank your wife for sending up cookies to us tonight.
Absolutely.
That's a very nice gesture. I'm telling you what, if she ever sends peanut brittle, I'll mow your lawn for a month.
She's part of the team too, a team player.
love her.
Sending us with some baked goods tonight. She's listening up just north of Redding, up I-5 a little bit there.
You guys got internet up where you live?
Just barely.
Yeah.
If you can call it that.
Yeah. She's got to stand in the hallway right before the I'll tell you that in a second. Quick pass out to the right-hand side. Stutter step, nowhere to go. He goes out of bounds with 2 or 3 Knights all over him.
Great job there by the defense. He's eventually wrapped up there by number 30. That's Troy Lyons on defense. Had a nice game last week. We called his name a number of times.
Joe Merkel in on the tackle.
in the victory against Santa Rosa.
Kyle lives about 30 minutes north of Reading in the beautiful little town of Lakehead. In order to get Wi-Fi signal or cell phone signal, you got to put your left ankle on top of the toaster, put the microphone on 37 seconds, let one of the dogs go in, and, do a jumping jack every 10 seconds. You'll get something.
And hope for the best.
All right.
2nd and 10 now.
Domino, quarterback.
Empty backfield, and he's going to run on a quarterback design run.
Oh, man. He
loses his helmet.
Got clobbered immediately, but they missed the tackle. That would have been something else.
Looked like we might have had a sub package there. That's number 13, Quentin Gaines on the quarterback keeper. So they sub in the backup quarterback for Domino, and he immediately comes out after losing his helmet. You have to come out for at least one play.
Surprised his head wasn't still in it the way Rashard Budd hit him.
The defensive lineman there
He hit him hard.
Took his head off.
He missed the tackle because the guy kind of went underneath him, but he still hit him hard.
3rd and 10 now.
I love the physical football the Knights play. All right.
Already with a sack and a number of plays in the backfield.
Domino back in. They're showing pass just by the way that they're set. He'll drop back straight. He's got nowhere to go. Tucks it inside, and oh my goodness, he got clobbered.
Parker was closing in from the left side, and he gets absolutely flattened by Bud.
Cole Parker.
There's a couple, 2 or 3 of them in there.
So the sack there knocks him back another couple yards. It'll be 4th and long from their own 26. And Shasta shuts him down.
Man, getting hit like that, you're going to need to sleep in a little bit more tomorrow. Okay, Ivan Smith in the short.
Fountain, the up back, in the block, stands about midfield, maybe a little in front of it.
Ivan Smith back deep.
Smith had that great kick return to set up the Knights' last drive.
I'm going to give you Ivan Smith. He's got a chance to field that one at the 25. Guy is right on him. There's a flag. He hit him before the ball did.
We're going to have
Panthers
kick
pick
interference.
It up. Panthers pick it up and advance a little bit, but I don't think that's going to go.
Flag on the play.
That's number 9, Andrew Rocha, but he got there early. Looked to be a nice kick.
It was close, very close.
Nice kick. Didn't outkick the coverage, but the defensive lineman there listed at 280. He was moving down the field pretty good on special teams there. But
Justin, nice camera work getting up on that referee as they decide what it is, what the call is going to be. Thank you. Excellent work.
Smith with no chance to
comes.
catch that punt.
Yeah, that'll go against the Panthers. That was close. That was close. You got to give him like one step, right? One step, chance to catch it and get one step.
So often a bang-bang play when you see a play like that. Did not call for a fair catch as far as I could tell.
He did not. He was going to play it.
Not having seen the replay there, but
Sacramento City not giving the receiver enough.
I mean, he was so close you could feel the guy.
Moves the ball to midfield. That's where the Knights will take over 1st and 10.
good
Here we
field
go.
position here once again for Shasta.
A couple of receivers out to the left-hand side. James Lee on the right, flared out wide. Vinny Smith in the backfield. They'll send Lee in motion right now, and then they'll give it to Vinny Smith.
He's got
Vinny
a lane
Smith,
to left
he's
side.
Yeah, he's doing good. That's the Vinny Smith that we know and how he can run that ball down to the 41-yard line, close to a first down. Good run by Vinny Smith.
Uriah Ports there along with Cameron Davis on the play, and it took both of them to bring him down 9 yards on first down as Smith found a little crevice on the right side and got about 4 yards for free and got about 4 yards or 5 yards on his own.
That's the Vinny Smith I'm used to seeing right there.
2nd and short here. Big open playbook on this down and distance. We'll see if they want to take a shot.
They'll have him in the backfield again. Vinny Smith right next to Hokalani Wickard. He'll give him that ball again, left tackle. He's got a little bit of a seam right there. He's got enough for a first down and about 5 more. Good job down to the 34-yard line. First down for the Knights.
Smith to the right and Smith to the left results in about 15 yards between the two carries. And Shasta moving it right down the field here. Yet to attempt to pass on this drive. Still 3-0 Sac City here as we're ticking down towards 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. 4 wide now for Wickard with Smith in the backfield.
The 1st and 10 for the Knights right now. Hokalani Wickard mixing it up really well. He'll drop back, take 2 or 3 steps. Now he's got scrambling a little bit. Gets around one guy. Last chance to throw it, and he throws it out of bounds. Smart move. You can either lose 10 or 12 on the sack or just throw it away, which was a smart move right there.
Under duress there from 3 different Panthers and did well just to get it out of bounds or towards the feet of the intended receiver there, Lee, in the vicinity. 2nd and 10 now.
2:40 left to play, first period here. Panthers lead 3-0 on a field goal earlier. Usually by the time second quarter rolls around, people kind of know what they're dealing with, and the thing shifts a little bit.
Shasta's had a couple penalties here to slow their own drives down.
2nd and 10 right now. McCree in the backfield. Look to see, he'll flare out to the right-hand side as a safety valve pass. Pass right over the middle, and that is complete. Loses his footing, but only gains about 3.
That's Hayes.
He slips after a gain of about
Hayes
1,
out of
brings up
Sarasota,
3rd
Florida.
and 9 for the night.
Another Florida guy here for Shasta. Just had his feet go out from underneath him there as he tried to turn the ball upfield. Short gain makes it 3rd and 9 from the 34 of Sac City as Boston checks into the game at halfback, number 33. Freshman halfback.
3rd down, and a long way to go.
He's going to line up at the fullback position there with McCree as the halfback now and 3 wide receivers.
They're going to throw that ball out to McCree on the left-hand side. Stutter steps, makes it around one guy. He'll get up to still about 4 yards short, shy of the first down, inside the 30, about the 28.
Ross on the tackle, number 6 there.
4 to bring up a 4th and 5.
Brought him down shy of the first down.
I like when they go for it on 4th down, and why not? Why not?
Well, from this position in the field, you're looking at about a 47-yard field goal, so the percentage play. On a 4th and 5, that's a very makeable down and distance. Crowd letting them hear it here as they're spreading them out. Now an empty backfield with 5 wide.
Ivan Smith in motion. They go right to the air. Pass over the middle. That's complete to Smith.
Makes one man miss and spins to the middle of the field.
Down to the 10. He's inside the 10. Down to the 9 right now. The guy who was covering does not want to see the replay on that.
Absolutely left in the dust, and we've got a Panther down on the field. That's number 10, Deshaun Trotter, defensive back out of Nevada.
You know how when you're playing street football in high school and somebody puts a move on you and you just look silly? That just happened.
Will not be a fun film session on Monday, especially considering an injury on the play here.
Ivan Smith will love that highlight play. That's what they call getting faked out of your jock.
So on 4th and 5, a clutch pickup there on 1st down to make it 1st down and more. And Smith, sometimes it's just about getting the ball in the hands of your playmakers and letting them make a play, and that's what happened there. But we're with an official timeout now as Trotter still down on the field there. Looked like a lower leg injury of some kind, certainly.
I got a bunch of people attending to him right now. He's moving around a little bit.
Minute 5 left here in the first.
He's got his knees up in the air. And they're going to bring him up right now and bring him to his feet. He'll walk off under his own accord. Could have just had the wind knocked out of him. You never know.
One thing I will say for the Sac City defense, the defensive backs, many of them listed 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2". And Trotter there officially at 6'3", 202 as a defensive back. That's a pretty big defensive backfield back there. And now he's going to come off for at least one play, probably a little more, but now jogging off under his own power. Love to see that.
I believe I saw somebody on the Sac City roster that weighed 340 pounds. Big dude.
Completion gives the Knights a 1st and goal.
All right, here is 1st and goal.
Boston checks in at tight end in a bigger formation. Fountain as the H-back / fullback there as well. So just 2 wide receivers to the left side. That's Marks and Lee. And they're going to hand off. That's McCree to the right side looking for a block. Gets around the corner. No, he's going to be brought down.
Drugged down like a rag doll at the 8.5-yard line.
Tried to stiff arm number 7, Uraja Ports, but unable to get by him.
2nd and goal from the 9.
Short gain makes it 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line here. So
McCree's going to be in the backfield. McCree's easy to spot because he's got those glow-in-the-dark yellow shoes, or orange, fluorescent.
See if they can punch it in here in the red zone.
Fountain in the backfield as well. Halfback position. Hokulani will take the snap. Almost drew a guy offsides. Throws the pass over to McCree. Left-hand side. He's headed for the goal line. He's down to the 5. Makes a move. They gang tackle him. He'll make it only down to the 5.
I think he might have had an offsides on that play as well.
Yeah, the left tackle, I think, on the Panthers jumped there.
So probably a free play there, and McCree had 2 men to beat to get to the end zone, but was brought down to the 5.
Tricia Parker, thank you for tuning in today. We all appreciate your input. The last several games we've had, yeah, it's going to be offsides on the Panthers. They'll move him close to the goal line on this one. They'll mark it at the, looks like they're going to put it down at the 4-yard line. So nice, have a chance to put some points on the board right now with 7 seconds left in the first period.
So we'll see if they get one more play here or if they wind the clock and we just.
Panthers lead 3-0. They started the clock. They're not going to get a playoff. 3, 2, 1. They're not going to get it. I think they know that. They're just going through the motions. There's the end of the first period, and they'll switch ends, and the Panthers from Sac City College lead 3-0 over the Shasta Knights.
So we'll start the second quarter with the Knights threatening inside the 5, looking to get on the board here. I want to thank one of our sponsors, Heald Collision Center, again with us here in 2019, making Shasta Knights football possible on Shasta Sports Network.
I'd like to thank the United States Army for being part of our team as well, along with the National Guard this year. And the Scepter 7 Hyper Water System, take a look at it. Let's go to scepter7.com and see what it does. If you've got a swimming pool, you definitely want to be interested in seeing this new technology. It's not water treatment with chemicals, it's water management with technology.
Ditch the chlorine.
That's
right.
What
you're saying.
No more red eye. Toxic chemicals, I mean, things evolve over the years.
It's really come a long way in the last few years.
That's right. And, you know, the first thing, you know, when the saltwater system came out for pools, everybody goes, no, it doesn't work. They deny it doesn't work. And then they want proof. Well, the proof's out there. And this is going to go a long way. The intent of the company is to take drinkable water overseas to like Africa where kids don't have drinking water and provide drinking water for them. So that's the Scepter 7 starts, and it does great things with a swimming pool as well. And you should take a look at it. They're a big part of the Shasta Sports Network this season, and here we go.
So inside the 5 here, Shasta with 2nd and goal.
Facing a 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
In a power formation here.
McCree in the backfield right now. One receiver wide to the left. Could be a deflection move or a quick slant right over the middle. They're going to fake it, give it an end around, and oh my God, he's got all the way. Plenty of room. James Lee on the end around.
Beautiful play design there as everyone followed the halfback on the fake, and Lee.
Nobody saw him coming.
All kinds of green in front of him, had one man to beat and did so easily. Touchdown James Lee on the ground this time.
He could have kept going and not been touched since he get to Lakehead.
First rushing touchdown of the game of the season for Lee, I should say, to go along with his 2 receiving scores. And the Shasta Knights take the lead here 6-3, just 6 seconds into the second quarter.
Matthew Ramirez into the extra point.
Ramirez on for the extra point, and
that looks textbook right there. Extra point is good. That'll be 7-3 early on. Second period, 14:54 to play. Shasta 7, Sac City 3. Okay.
5 yard or another.
Okay, 30 and 21.
Austin Hurd.
Back to receive, 21 Austin Hertz. 30 is Gabe Nino. Who do you want? Pick one, right or left.
I'll take Nino, number 30.
Okay, I'll take Austin Hertz. And that kick is going to go way over down. That's your call, Kyle. Go ahead.
Here's Nino from the 5. He's out to the 20. Now he's going to cut it back to the middle, makes one man miss. Now carries a man out to the 35. Nice return there by Gabe Nino. And down on the field for Shasta is number 22. That's Roland Black III out of Duluth, Georgia. Looks to be shaking that right arm, possibly the wrist or hand there, up under his own power, but not feeling too great right now as he comes off the field. So 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Panthers here.
They'll start from the 35. That's a tough return. Good job, though. I'll tell you what. Will hand off to the right-hand side, and that's their main running back. He's ran out of bounds. Didn't get much. Tyrone Roper.
As we mentioned in the game last week, they won 13-10. All those points coming in the fourth quarter as Roper had 2 touchdowns. Though he was held under 40 yards rushing, did end up with both of those scores. And the victory over Diablo Valley. His carry there goes for about 3. 2nd and 7 now from the 38. They'll give it to him again off the right side. He's going to be tripped up.
Whoa, he almost broke away with that just by doing the the watermelon crawl right there just across the 40.
Tavian Wallace wraps him up around the ankle and doesn't let go. Out of Lake Ridge, Texas, making the play there.
Gain of 3, it'll bring up a 3rd.
Not unusual to see Tavian flying all over the field making tackles. We've been enjoying his play the first few games here.
3rd down 4 for the Panthers. Roper remains their strong suit in the backfield.
4 wide receivers. One is the tight end here to the
Domino will give it to Roper right up the middle, and he's got nowhere to go. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Knights all over him.
Bud slowed him down, and it looked like 2 or 3 other Knights contributed there as well.
Troy Lyons involved in that gang tackle.
So 4th and 2 here from their own 43, and it looks like, yes, they are going to punt it away. We're thinking about it momentarily there as the offense looked to the sideline, but they will kick it here.
You probably hope for a punting situation every time with Ivan Smith back there.
Well, yeah, they're in scoring position anytime Ivan's back there to return one.
That's right.
This is arguably one of the best plays in the playbook is kick it to Ivan.
Ivan stands at his own 19-yard line. I'll let you have that call. We'll give you Ivan Smith all night long.
Low snap as
he little short hop. And the whistle blows right there. No flag came down. I think they're calling him down. He reached down to grab the ball, and his knee touched the ground.
Ah, yes. So a big break here for Shasta. That'll be a turnover on downs and a field position flip. So while those of us as spectators are robbed of seeing Ivan return a kick, it's essentially the same effect as if he broke off another long one here.
Well, my response to that is it's early in the game.
We'll get a couple more opportunities, I'm sure. So from the 28 now, after a low snap ends up
he picked it up on the short hop, and when he went down to get it, his knee touched the ground. I didn't see the flag come out, but I heard the whistle, so I knew it was something that you don't normally see. I've never seen that before.
Of course, in pro, you can pick it up and run with it. If you haven't been touched, college and below, you are down once that knee is down, regardless of where you've been hit.
So good advantage for the Knights right now. Hokelang-Wickard on the call. They'll hand off right up the middle, and that goes to Vinny Smith.
He's going to fall forward for about 3.
Picks up about 3.
After being met after about a yard on that play. That's number 44 on the tackle for Sacramento City. That's Sam Brooks.
Gain of 2. Bring up a 2nd and 8.
Boy, Vinny getting tough yardage today. Tough.
76 yards for Vinny last week against Santa Rosa as McCree checks in. 4 wide receivers here again for Wickard as they want to spread them out.
It's going to be Carson Marks closest to us on the sideline, and then 2 wide on the right-hand side. Right to the air, they're looking. They'll throw a swing out to McCree, and that's complete. He'll get it down to the 25, 24, and then down to the 23 before they bring him down. Tough yardage after the catch.
He puts his shoulder down and drags him down to about the 23. They'll actually spot him at the 24, so 3rd and about 5.
Jake Green on the tackle.
Ball on the 24 here as McCall checks in at tight end for Marks. So they'll go with a slightly bigger formation here.
We got 3rd and 6 for the Knights in Panther territory. Panthers struck first. They got I believe it was like a 27-yard field goal to put 3 points on the board. Shasta responded with a touchdown drive. Impressive. And Hokalani-Wickard going back, takes a couple of steps, and he's on the run, and they're going to bring him down. Nice hustle right there. Flag is down late.
That's Brooks again off the right side. Listed as a linebacker, but we've seen him.
That was great hustle by Sam Brooks. Great hustle. And we got a Panther down.
Number 90 on the play. That's Isaac Ruiz out of Vacaville. A defensive lineman. Looks like
they're rubbing on his left knee right now. So we'll let them.
Always hate to see the knee area, especially for the big guys down in the trenches. But the result of the play was a sack, so it'll be long down and distance for Shasta, and that took him well out of field goal range now. So we'll see if they want to try and punt and pin him back deep, or if what they end up doing. Let's wait for the call here from the referee.
Midway through the second period, 11:39 left to play in the first half. Knights lead 7-3. Panthers still down on the ground. They're tending to him. They get him up on his feet right there.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's
favoring
hobbling
that
off
left leg.
the left knee. Looks like it sustained some injury on that one right there.
In football, one of those.
If they hop, it's a knee. If they hobble, it's an ankle. That's been my experience.
And we know football is such a merciless game.
Whoever's
coming in will probably get the ball running right at him here the next play.
Knights got the penalty on him, that one for illegal block below the knee.
Sack moves the ball back to the 35-yard line. It'll be 4th.
They say it's illegal. If it was illegal, there should be like a jail sentence to go with it, right?
Loss of down anyway, so it's 4th and 17 here now. In no man's land where it's too close for a punt and too far for a kick, we're going to go for it.
Yep, Vinny Smith in the backfield right now.
And it looks like we've got a timeout on the field for Shasta.
Yep, Shasta will call that timeout with 11:22 left to play.
So an interesting choice to use your timeout on 4th and 17, where the number of options you're running and the playbook, not a whole lot in there for 4th and 17, you would think. But nonetheless, they want to be on the same page here. After the sack on the last play, perhaps a issue with the coverage.
All right, back to it right there.
The Knights with a 4th and 17.
4th and about 3 miles to go, and Hokalani Wicker's got 2 in the backfield to block for him if he wants to drop back and pass. James Lee and Ivan Smith are easy targets, and they're on the run. A fake pump. Now we go all the way down left, and that's way overthrown into the corner of the end zone, and Ivan couldn't get there in time. Incomplete.
Brought in an extra tight end and 2 backs to block, and was looking for single coverage on either side, and he decided to go to Ivan Smith on this side. But nothing doing on that play, so it will end up being a turnover on downs. And
nothing really spectacular in this game so far here in the first half. 11:15 to play, first period, or first half, I should say. Shasta leads 7-3. 60 degrees where we're standing right now. 60.
Little different than last week down in Santa Rosa.
Much different. It was
we were on top of a metal roof.
I thought we were inside of a microwave. Quick pass to left flat. That's complete right there at the 40.
That's the big tight end, number 87.
He is big.
Zach Marsh-Wojan listed at 6'5", 245, sophomore out of Vacaville.
Yep. It's going to be enough for a first down for the Panthers.
One of their leading receivers. We've seen him a number of times be lined up in single coverage out to the side on his own side with trips or double receivers to the other side.
Okay, there's plenty to choose. They fake it up the middle, pass right over the middle, same guy. That's complete, almost close to another first down at the 45-yard line.
So clearly they like that matchup with the 6'5" tight end out there. These 2 consecutive plays lead them with 2nd and short here from the 45 of Shasta, already across midfield. They're going to hand the running back. That's Roper.
Handoff. Yep, Roper takes the call. He's got a first down and about 5 or 6 more, with a bunch of green carry him. Took about 4 or 5, and about an extra 5 or 6 yards to bring him down. That'll be a first down for the Panthers, and they're moving the ball nicely. It's
yards after contact there, yeah.
Ball at the 38-yard line right now. Domino in that shotgun, he'll do the play action, quick pass, and that was in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. The ball falls incomplete.
2nd and 10 here from the 38 now. Checking out of the game now, Richard Bell on the defensive line as Bud checks back in. So after a couple positive plays for Sac City, they have the incompletion and ready now to spread them out with 4 wide again. Straight drop.
Oh, he's trouble too. He's got guys chasing him, and he throws it. That's complete at the 30-yard line.
That's Williams.
Williams on the move. He's still got room. It's the 20, 15, 10.
Chase.
Gets
He's
around
in
the
for
corner.
touchdown.
He makes it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Pass complete, Jacob Williams.
So Williams catches the ball on the right side, cuts it back all the way across the field, and we've got a flag late back around the 25-yard line.
27-yard
To see what the call is here, this one might be coming back, and it looks like the offensive linemen are under the impression that it is. Perhaps in the neighborhood of holding there. I've already seen a hands to the face by one offensive line and a handful of penalties for each team. Still 7-3 Shasta here. Here's the call.
I will go on a pop bottle drive to get the referee a good microphone. They always have that trouble.
I got about 1 out of 10 syllables there, but the hand signal tells me personal foul of some kind. So 2nd down and about 13.
It's like a game show trying to figure it out.
From the 41 here.
Moves the ball back to the 41-yard line.
So the Knights spared a touchdown there as Williams got loose up the left sideline, but it is all for naught.
13.
3 wide receivers and a tight end for Menino there.
And they're going to the air right over the middle. Domino, and it's batted down.
That's intercepted by Kelsel.
How'd that happen?
A screen pass, and he batted it up in the air. Beautiful read by Deidreus Kelsel, and it comes up with an interception. The big D lineman snagging it out of the air. What a play. And a momentum shifter here for Shasta with 10:06 left in the second quarter. What were we saying about the defensive line earlier?
How about it? Deidreus Kelsel. And I didn't even see the play because I was watching something different. I'm glad you caught it, but did he deflect it too?
They were attempting to throw a screen pass in the middle of the field. Let the rush through. Kelsel got his hands up, and the ball just ended up right in his hands, and he was able to bring it in and rumble forward all the way up to the 43, and Shasta right back in business here. Big play by Kelsel.
10 minutes and 6 seconds left to play in the first half. Knights lead 7-3. They've got it in Panther territory. Hokalani Wicker looking for a right
McCree,
pass. And
nobody
wide
in front
open
of
with McCree, and he's down to the 30,
Looking
20,
for a blocker, he cuts it back.
down to the 10-yard line. What a great run by McCree after the catch.
Good play design there. Might have been a busted coverage. Nobody out in the flat. Covering McCree there, and an easy pitch and catch from Wickard. Easiest 30 yards they'll probably get all night. As we tick under 10 minutes to go, 1st and 10 from about the 11, so they can technically get a first down here.
I'm up on top of the press box, and I think I was closer to McCree on that one than any defender was.
You know, you look up and you try to determine how the play is going to go or how it might go, and usually you don't see that much real estate in front of a
couple of
ball
dangerous receivers out to the left, and Hokalani Wicker looking for him now. Scramble, he'll move to the right-hand side. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to try it again, and he'll just throw it away down near the 5. That'll be incomplete.
What they call the scramble drill there is they teach the receivers to try and come back to the ball.
Yeah.
Give the quarterback a target there. He only had one man on the side over there. Couldn't tell if it was, looked like number 80 over there.
Gable, the intended receiver.
That's Gable, who's got a receiving touchdown on the year.
9:36 left in the first half. Knights lead 7-3 and threaten to put more points on the board right now. 2nd and 10.
4 wide now for Wickard. McCree still in the backfield after the big gain a couple plays ago.
Little swing pass to the left-hand side would be perfect right now for McCree, but he's going to stay back and block, and Wickard's just going to throw it out.
Didn't like the look there as they were trying to set up the screen, but it was read well by Sac City. And nowhere to go, he just throws it in the dirt. And go on to the next play. 3rd down now. Wickard looking to the sideline as Hayes checks out. And Boston will come in for this play. So Boston and McCree in the backfield. Ivan Smith and Lee, your wideouts. And a slot man in there as well.
Kanisha on the chat line calling for a touchdown Knights. Back to pass, he'll throw the swing out to
McCree's
McCree,
got a
and he's
block.
got all kinds of room. 10-5, cuts it back inside, and he's down to the 1. He comes very close, but right to the line.
Nice job there by James Lee to throw a block to spring him, and he's able to get all the way down to the 1.
It's about the half-yard line is where they're going to mark it.
On the tackle.
Man, there's a lot of room for him to run after he caught that ball.
So Shasta doing a nice job making Sac City play sideline to sideline in the horizontal game and finding some ways to get around the corner here. And now 4th and goal, or rather 4th and 1 officially, but we started at right around the 10 or just outside the 10. So for all intents and purposes here, 4th and goal.
This is, I don't see Vinny in the backfield. I see McCree in the backfield.
Boston again, yep.
And Boston. They only
Lee
got 1 yard to go, and they'll give it to McCree right up the middle. There's a big scrum right there. I don't think he's going to make it. Yeah, tough defense right there by the Panthers. That was impressive.
Right at the 1.
They're very excited about that.
So with 8:50 left here in the second quarter, a goal line stand as Brooks in on the tackle.
I love a good goal line stand. Even when the opposing team is the one that does it, that's impressive. That's good defense.
So the Sac City defense with a stand-up play of their own after the big interception by Kelsel. And Shasta College unable to turn it into points, but deep in their own territory
Can you get a shot of that Knight mascot right down there? Did you? Show me again the mascot. Here's what's roaming around on the sidelines right there for the Knights. I don't think I've ever seen a Knight get down and boogie like that before. Okay, that's good. Thank you, man. I always wanted to wear a mascot costume of some sort because that's when you can really be goofy. And nobody knows it's you, right? Okay. 1 yard line. That's a quarterback keeper, and he's stuffed right away.
I don't even know if he got anything at all.
Takes the ball himself.
I'm not quite sure why you would run a quarterback sneak at the 1 yard line.
To try and get it to the 2, I guess.
Yeah, maybe so.
That's about all.
Give you a little working room, possibly. I don't know.
Maybe half a yard on the play.
Clock is ticking. 8:30 left to play in the first half. He's second down and 9 right now. It's 1 yard gain.
Big formation with a couple extra linemen in there. And just 2 wide receivers. They're going to hand off again.
Oh, and they bump into his own guy, and now he's in trouble. If he can't get out of the end zone, that's going to be
a
safety right there.
For the Shasta Knights.
That's tough defense right there.
Looked like a miscommunication in the backfield as he was unable to get the handoff cleanly, and Boston had to sprint out to the right on a broken play, and he's pushed out of bounds.
Completely broken. The quarterback turned to hand off, and they bumped right into each other.
So you see the rare safety. 2 points makes it 9-3, and we got a baseball score going here. As Shasta's defense responds to the goal line stand and scores 2 points of their own. And we'll have a free kick here with just 8:13 left in the second quarter.
Hey, Brandon Elwood on the chat line. We were predicting too. That's the perfect call for Vinny. That would have been his first touchdown this season. And we're waiting. I'm expecting that to happen tonight. And that's what Vinny needs for his confidence level, just to go through the roof.
So 9-3 here, a free kick from the 20, and we'll see Ivan Smith get a chance to return.
Oh, yeah.
Presumably here.
Joe Merkel, I think they're putting back there. I see Joe. Nope, it's going to be Ivan Smith deep. Who's back there with him? It's going to be number 9, Ty Lemon.
So they're going to start right around their own 25 or 30 as the kick will come from the 20.
8:13 left to play. Sorry, Kyle. 9-3. Nice lead.
So we actually do a kickoff here rather than a free kick.
And there's the kick, and that's going to go to my guy. He'll take it up to 25. Stumble step a little bit, switches hands with it, runs to the left-hand side, sees a crease, has a little bit of lane to move. He's across the 40, 45, and up to the 49 near midfield. What a great return right there. Excellent work by Ty Lemon.
Lemon breaking tackles, running to his left there, had a couple guys bounce off him, and he's out to midfield. And Shasta once again here with good field position. They've been playing on Sac City's side of the field for most of the night here. They'll spot it right at the 50.
Some good highlights from tonight's game so far.
The return game once again a strength for Shasta, as it has been all season long.
They got the ball right at midfield, the 50-yard line. Hokalani Wickard, their quarterback. Got receivers on both sides, 2 of each. I believe that's Vinny Smith. They'll fake it to him, pass it out to the left-hand side. Carson Marks makes the completion. Down to the 45, 40, still going. They'll run him out at the 38-yard line. Carson Marks getting his thumbprint on the game.
First down there as he's able to get inside the 40. Nice job using his block over there on a quick screen. And squeezing everything he could out of that play. First down for the former Foothill Cougar. Spot the ball just inside the 40 at the 39. So Shasta in business here. Looking to extend this lead. They've got a 6-point lead now after the safety. First safety of the year for the defense. Already forced an interception as well. They're going to hand off to Vinny Smith up the middle and
stopped
nowhere
right there.
to go.
Smith, the ball carrier.
Flags come down late.
Very late flag there. So
Adam Miller brings him down.
And that came from
flag on the play.
behind the defense there. So interested to see what the call will be. Josiah Gable checking into the game now, number 80. And looks like this one is going to be against the offense and marching back.
Holding on the Knights.
Holding. Last year at the end of the season, we started calling that hugging.
Back it up to the 49-yard line.
You know, friendly the game up a little bit, right?
Bring up a 1st and 20.
Marks checks back in for Smith this play. And they're going to spread them out again with McCree in the backfield. And 4 wideouts. 2 deep safeties now.
James Lee wide right at midfield.
Sacramento is
It's first and about 20 right now. Hokalani Wicker will take the snap. He'll drop back 2 or 3 steps, looks quick, dodges one guy, nice move. Now he looks downfield. He's got a guy right there, and we'll see if they call that complete.
incomplete to Hayes
Yeah.
as it bounced off his hands. Tried to make a sliding catch on the sideline, but unable to bring it in.
Right at the 37. That would have been a good pickup.
So 2nd and 20 now. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Shasta coming on here in the second quarter after being held scoreless in the first. It's 9-3 with a touchdown and a safety just moments ago. Ball back on the 49. Same formation as the last play with McCree in there at halfback.
Okay, back to pass. Deep drop 2, throws over right-hand side. The ball was tipped. James Lee's got it. He's got people on him and
spins out of a tackle.
has a couple of nice spins, but not able to pull it out.
A very soft zone there from Sac City as they were dropping back on 2nd and long. And Lee is able to catch the ball, but just a yard as they closed on the ball nicely there. Wickard looking to the sideline for the play.
3rd down and a long way to go.
Officially 3rd and 20. And we'll see if they can get single coverage on the outside. Looks like they're going to play that soft defense again here.
6:10 left in the first half. Knight's got a long way to go to make a first down. He throws it way downfield over to the right. That is complete at the 40. 35, still going. There's the first down. He's going to make it. That's great effort after the catch.
Beautiful play there by number 84, Clausen Pro.
Gets a Shasta first down.
First down as he made a man miss and got up the sideline. And on 3rd and forever, the Knights pick up the first down. That really takes the wind out of your sails on defense to give up a 3rd and 20 play like that. As we tick under 6 minutes now in the second quarter. Shasta will keep on going at the 23-yard line. Give them 25 yards on that play. Nice.
That was a result of extreme, excellent effort after the catch.
3 wide receivers and a tight end now as Smith back in at halfback.
There's the snap. They'll hand off to Vinny.
Flag on the left side.
Vinny goes nowhere, just runs over a guy.
Vinny Smith, the ball carrier. He's met line of scrimmage. Flag on the play.
Brandon Morris, number 84, the receiver on the last play, that 25-yard gain, number 84.
There you go, Nair Jordan. Number 84 is the number you're looking for. Oh, there's a penalty going against the Panthers. Offsides.
Moves the ball 5 yards down to the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Knights.
First and 5 now after the penalty. They crowd the line now. Showing pressure.
Hokalani Wickard will take that, and they'll do that reverse again to James Lee. It worked the first time, and he gets around the corner. Guys shoved him, and he's ran out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. Nice play.
First down there as they brought pressure. Lee got around the corner. Nice play call against the blitz, using their aggressiveness against him there. And Lee has been a asset in the running game here tonight with a rushing touchdown.
He's got all kinds of maneuvers he can do. Anytime you see him in motion, you know that there could be that sweep end around, and it's worked already once for a touchdown earlier.
And even if you don't give him the ball, you're holding that guy on the end who
Yeah.
has to respect that speed on the outside. So that's going to open up lanes later in the game for the inside run. Here's McCree in the halfback position.
First and goal. Hokalani rolls out to the right. He
Got
has a guy
Lee.
right in the end zone. Did he get
Touchdown!
it?
Beautiful
Touchdown,
play.
Shasta.
Complete to James Lee.
Oh.
No, they're saying incomplete, that the ball hit the ground first.
They
Lee
changed it.
did a nice job to sit down right in the zone, found
Yeah.
a soft
The
spot.
official was really quick to call the touchdown, and then he was overruled. So good call.
We had a touchdown from the goal line judge, the back judge, who had a better view of that, immediately came in and waved it off. So a nice play design there to get Lee a little opening in the zone, but the ball skips to him, and they just come up shy of a touchdown there. It'll be second and goal. Ivan Smith now out wide with Lee on the right side with a bigger formation. Perhaps a run to McCree here in the offing. Now under 5 on the play clock as they let it go all the way down.
Clock at 4:45. Back to pass. Takes a couple of steps. He's got nowhere to go. 2 or 3 options. Misses it. Rolls out to his right. Still looking. Now he just throws it away into the end zone. It was almost intercepted.
Very lucky that that one was dropped there. Had nowhere to go. Good coverage there by Sacramento City. As Wickard wanted to go to the left side, found nothing there, rolled out to the right, and had about 4 Panthers covering 2 receivers. So did well just to end up with an incompletion there. Third down now. And a very important play here for the Panthers defense to try and keep them in shouting distance here. Their offense has been stifled since that 1 field goal drive back in the first quarter.
Still nothing. I mean, there's been a couple of plays, but nothing really outstanding, spectacular for either team.
Our 1 long touchdown play was called back for the Panthers. So
That's right. They're looking to throw the ball again. Ivan Smith is wide to the left. They're looking for him, but they're looking also into the end zone right now.
That ball is-
Almost threaded the
oh!
needle, almost intercepted, but incomplete. Dangerous throw right there for Wickard.
as the defender there was looking for that exact route, Lee had no chance to get that one. And the defender, sometimes, you know, that's why they're defensive backs instead of wide receivers, Gary.
I'm sort of guessing that they're probably going to throw out the field goal unit.
And we're going to see Ramirez here.
Be a 25-yarder.
Matthew Ramirez in for a 25-yard field goal attempt.
All lined up nice and perfect. Here comes the snap. Perfect placement. Good. Kick is up and right through the uprights. That's a textbook field goal right there. 3 more for the Knights. Be 12-3 with 4:26 left in the first half.
So the offense stalls inside the 10, but they convert it into 3 points. And the defense gets some good field position, and they extend the lead to 9, a 2-possession game now, and just under 4.5 to go here in the second. And our copyrighted music has reached its conclusion.
Yeah, right. Nice. That's why we drop our microphones down when they play that copyrighted music. We don't want to get a YouTube strike against us. They'll shut our channel down. They'll take that kick right at the 8-yard line, and he's on the move up to the 10, 20,
That's Nino
15.
again.
Nino hit hard right about the 27-yard line. He bounced off the guy.
Big tackle there by number 53, Darrell Webb, in on the play there.
Darrell Webb beats him, drops him.
So nice job there by the kick coverage team, keeping him shy of the 30. And this defense will go to work once again. Playing well here in the first half, yielding just 3 points. Kelsel already with an interception from the defensive tackle position. Don't see that every day.
Yeah, Gene Kelsall, his mother, is listening to us up in Washington. If you didn't get a chance to see that play, we'll send you the highlight for sure. Pass over the middle complete. He spins him around like a top. He'll gain about 5 on the play. Ball at the 35 is where he came down.
Tackle there by Adonis Thomas out of Silsbee, Texas, number 32. Second and about 4. After the quick pass, nice job to get him down there before he could get any yards after the catch, and they're going to go no huddle here.
Adonis Thomas on the tackle. Gain of 5.
They'll fake that pass.
Incomplete.
Incomplete over there, intended at about the 40-yard line. That would have been a first down if he could have had it.
Looking for Corey Abrams, the wide receiver, but a little out of his reach.
Incompletion brings up
Third and 4 now. So Shasta looking to get off the field here once again. On third down, ball at about the 35 for Sac City, and they are now substituting.
A bunch of people on our chat line talking about the kicker, and the joke around the grandstands earlier was he's not the most handsome guy, but he's got a nice set of legs. Boy can kick that ball too. Domino now looks to pass. Now he's going to try to run it, and he tackled by
with a sack.
It looked like his own guy tackled him, but I couldn't see Kelsall. It was in the way, but he was down low and had him all wrapped up.
He's absolutely swallowed him up there. The offensive lineman with absolutely no answer for Kelsall there. Quarterback had nowhere to go because his lineman got shoved right back in his lap that time.
Rashard Budd took a shot to his right wrist. He was trying to shake off something on his right wrist there.
So Kelsall now with a sack and an interception here, and we're not even to halftime yet. This defensive line showing out once again. Back to punt now are the Panthers as Ivan Smith ready to return.
Okay, he's your guy tonight, Kyle, ready to make the call. Ivan stands at his own 30-yard line.
Good sign, Roland Black the third back in there after leaving earlier with an injury.
Halfway decent punt right there.
It's going to bounce and take a nice Panther roll all the way down to about the 26 where it'll be
and the Knights are going to do the smart thing and just stay away from that.
So a short kick gave Ivan Smith no chance to return. That's probably about the best case scenario for Sac City.
You never really know about Ivan Smith because remember last week he just waited and waited at the very last second, picked it up and went.
Picked one up off 2 bounces last week and ran it back, which you don't see very often, but that explosive speed, yeah. God, I hate this. The music is pissing me off. Like, there's no... And we're back here as Shasta ready to start now with 4 wide receivers and McCree in the backfield. Leading by 9. Fake the run.
James Lee is complete right at the 25-yard line. He's got room to run. He's fast. The guy tracks him down barely at the 40-yard line, runs him out of bounds.
Nice block on the outside by number 84, Morris, as well, to spring him.
I think that was Kendrick Bailey who ran him out. Man, if that guy wouldn't have got him, James Lee would have ended up in Lake Shasta.
Does not need much space to make you miss, and a first down from the 40 here for Shasta as we tick on down towards 3 minutes to go in the half.
Matt McCree now in the backfield. They got both of them stacked on both sides. McCree, halfback position. Okalani Wickard will take it. He'll give it to McCree, and he'll try one thing, bounce off a guy. He'll gain a couple, and he's brought down at the 43-yard line.
Rocha on the tackle there after a gain of about 3. Well, looks like they give him about 4 yards or so. McCree's been a weapon in the passing game here tonight. A nice little chunk there on first down.
2:37 left to play, first half. Knights lead 12-3. The ball on their own 43-yard line right now. Second down. Second and 7. McCree in a comfortable spot, halfback position right there. Hokalani Wickard barking out the signals. He'll roll out to the right-hand side, and he'll immediately look downfield.
And nowhere to go there as he just throws it at the feet of Lee, as the flat there was covered nicely by Sac City.
It's hard to see that ball on the opposite side of the field.
Wickard recognizing that nothing there on that play, just throws it away. And it'll be 3rd and 7 now from their own 43. Clock stops at 2:17 now, so with a 9-point lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be here on 3rd down in their own territory, or if they just want to get that clock rolling with a run play here, perhaps a draw on 3rd and long. 3rd and 7 not out of the realm of possibility. We saw one team go for a draw on 4th and 9 last week on Sunday, and
Shasta will take a timeout right there. Okay, we'll drop our mics.
yeah, Cleveland Browns called a draw on 4th and 9 in the 4th quarter last week, and everybody was like, the coach is an idiot. First-year head coach.
We're totally muted right now.
Come on.
After the timeout, the Knights with a 3rd and
Wow,
7
what's that,
from
some
the 43-yard line.
That sounded like some devil music, didn't it?
Oh, that's just Led Zeppelin.
I know, I love
That never hurt anybody.
I know it. My mom used to call that, what's that devil music you're listening to? Dude, Mom, it's not Patsy Cline like you loved when you were a kid. Back to pass. Wicker looking for a guy. He's
Got a
got him
man.
wide open, and that's going to be, oh, my goodness.
Ivan Smith taken down by the face mask, and he is down. Flags coming from every direction, and rightfully so. Hope Ivan's okay. My goodness. Just a terrible tackle there as he's brought down by the face mask, spun him around. Gosh, you hope he's all right. An ugly play from the first look at it.
That should be a $500 fine and 90 days probation for that tackle.
And you train guys to go low and to form tackle and to do everything the right way. And then you see something like that where a guy just sticks his hand out hoping to get a hold of some jersey or something, knowing that he's beaten. And you get your hand caught in the face mask, and people can really get hurt that way.
Coach Hamilton's got his interest right in that whole huddle down there. I mean, there's so many people down around him, I can't even see the player.
So the result of the play is a 1st down, but certainly our thoughts right now with Ivan Smith, who's been a big part of this game already. Of course, we'll have a personal foul face mask at the end of the play, but not our concern at the moment.
I don't disagree with you, Thomas Budd. He's talking about Led Zeppelin. I was listening to some of that while we were setting up earlier today. Ivan is on his side and not moving at all.
Just listened to some Led Zeppelin the other day, actually. Good times, bad times, you know I've had my share.
Yep, Ivan is not moving down there. They're tending to him. Now they're giving him some breathing room.
Still
They're
down
going
on
to
the
straighten
field
out his
there.
legs. They're going to roll him over onto his back.
Everyone on the Shasta sideline is taking a knee here as we wait
And it's going to take a couple of minutes.
and see about
Justin,
Ivan
thank you
Smith
for
here.
not focusing in on the injury right there. That's a wise move on your part. You can show us the scoreboard if you like. We'll keep you apprised of what's going on. Ivan's on his back right now. They're still attending to him, but he's not moving.
It's just over 2 minutes left here in the half of a 12-3 ball game.
You know, that could be. I'm not saying it is. We're not, speculating on anything, but that's how neck injuries occurred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what you're
Remember the
worried
old Jack
about right
Tatum?
now. That's what you're worried about right now is
Clothesline?
something to do with the neck or the spine. certainly when you see a tackle like that.
Nice, all in a huddle on the sideline. Saying a silent prayer for their man in arms down there. He's laying at the 45-yard line, Ivan Smith, who's just a human highlight reel and just one of the great players on this team, not just in terms of what he can do as far as, athleticism and stuff, but he's just a feel-good guy to be around.
Just an exciting player every time he touches the ball, and that last play, no exception, as he picked up the first down and had all the makings of a big play before being brought down by the helmet. If you're just joining us, Ivan Smith on the field as we are waiting for some kind of sign from the training crew, still down after a tackle just moments ago. Ivan, as we mentioned, 2 punt returns for touchdowns already this year through the first 3 games.
And they're gonna bring in a stretcher.
And he will be escorted off the field here by the medical professionals.
Yeah, we're not going to show that.
So certainly our thoughts are with Ivan right now and all of his friends and family and all of us watching here. I wish him the best and, of course, a speedy recovery. Hopefully this is precautionary here and that he'll be able to bounce back.
Stabilizing his neck. Because you don't just want to pull that helmet off because that could cause even worse damage.
No, you don't want to do anything here that's going to exacerbate the situation. So hush has fallen over the crowd here. The reality of a contact sport here, you never like to think about things like this that can happen, but this is reality on any given play.
That was wicked. You saw him spin around.
Yeah, it's one of the rougher tackles I've had the misfortune to see, unfortunately. And we certainly hope that Ivan is going to be all right.
Some of the best safety and first responder people in the business here at Shasta College. They're tending to him right now. We need a stabilizing board under his back first before they move him at all. Worst thing you can do is move somebody.
Mm-hmm. I want to thank everybody who's sticking with us here on Shasta Sports Network on YouTube.
And a little timeout for injury right now. Ivan Smith.
Game 4 here.
I think they call that a face mask, right?
Yeah.
On that because he grabbed his face mask and
results
it
of the
just
play
twisted him around. It had to tweak his neck a little bit.
He went down. I'm not sure the exact yard line. Somewhere between the 40 and 45 yard line, and they're marking the first down will be at the 30. So the 15-yard penalty after the result of the play will be from the 30-yard line with about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here. Once
Justin, if you would give us a shot of the opposing team over there. They're all huddled up on one knee with their sportsmanship the way that they should be, and everybody is appreciative of that.
And certainly we have no impression at all that there was any intent behind that
Not at all.
tackle. It's just one of those bang plays that
Yeah.
you react and
Back out and get the whole team, if you would. There you go.
so
See, that's sportsmanship right there. They're concerned about their fellow player, even though he is the opponent. That's what I like about, high school and college. They're like that.
all these guys, chasing a dream of, at the very least, getting an education through the game they love, and some of them hope to go on and maybe play at the next level or transfer to another program when their time here is done. But of course, first and foremost, we're concerned with the health and well-being of our players here. And as you mentioned before, top-notch staff here on hand for situations just like this. Though you hate to see it and you hope you never have to call on them, that's what they're here for. And we're just hoping that Ivan will...
He's not moving. They're holding his helmet so he doesn't move an inch.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Precautionary there to make sure he's not going to have anything be made worse following that rough tackle.
That was hard to watch. I saw one of the first responders walk off, and I don't know if they're going to bring the emergency vehicle out.
They may very well, yeah.
She's coming out right now. She's got some stabilization board that they'll slide under his back.
I think they just don't want to transfer him to the stretcher
No.
without it. So they're going to err on the side of caution here, as you would hope and expect.
They should have just drove that emergency vehicle right on the field for this. I mean, she's carrying all kinds of stuff. She can't get here, and time is of the essence on this thing, I think. There she is now. You can see that.
So a tough moment here in Game 4 this season here with Shasta leading 12-3. We're on an injury timeout right now.
Yeah, they'll get them all taken care of. Okay, Justine, back to the scoreboard if you would, please.
That's Homestead, Florida, South Dade Senior High School alumni Ivan Smith. We're concerned about right this moment, as they are now getting him onto the stretcher.
Putting a stabilization board underneath him. That way, when they do lift him up, it's not going to put any pressure on any of his limbs. Everything's connected to that neck, the spinal cord, everything. It is a serious situation, and that's what first responders are trained to do. They're the best in the business. All of you first responders, if you're listening tonight, this world is a better place with you and would not be a good place without you.
And as someone who lives in Lakehead and had 3 fires within a couple of miles of my house and one start right near my house, definitely appreciate everybody in the firefighting profession and the first responders in general. We've been fortunate to have a very low-key fire season this year, of course, in Northern California. But
So far.
Other parts of the world not so lucky,
I know,
unfortunately.
it's just crazy. Fire in the world.
But
some people live in Tornado Alley, like in Florida. Some people live in Twister Zone. Some people live in earthquake areas.
of course, our friends in Indonesia had the earthquake
Yeah,
just a few days ago.
Many people think that we live in Earthquakeville, but we live in Fireville is what we got. They're going to lift him up here in a second.
Looks like they've got him under the board now.
There are 7 people attending to him right now. And they should drop that mobility device. A lot of people call it a stretcher, but I'm sure it's a technical name for it. But they'll lift him up and put him on there.
What to this point has been a pretty evenly played ball game. We've seen a number of great defensive plays by either team.
Okay, so Justin, when they lift him up on the, you can show him, because you'll get a good round of applause out of that. And we just want to let everybody know that we're thinking about Ivan Smith. It wasn't even really a nasty hit. It was a face mask, and it twisted his head around.
He had changed direction to cut back to the middle of the field after making a reception for a first down, and the defender, who had taken the fake and was going the wrong direction as Ivan had cut back against the grain.
Okay, they're getting ready to lift.
Reached out.
They'll bring him up.
His hand just grabbed
Go
that
ahead.
face mask.
Go ahead, Justin. You can show that now. We say a prayer for Ivan Smith and his recovery and hope that there's no serious damage. There he goes. And you'll get a round of applause for Ivan Smith right there. Took a dastardly shot right there. Yeah, get all that, Justin. Back it up. There you go, perfect.
So we're all here to enjoy and take in a game, and sometimes life intervenes, and reality makes its presence known, and we certainly just send our thoughts out to Ivan Smith and hope that he is going to be all right.
Coach Brian Hamilton speaking. He's like right in the center of his team. And there goes Ivan. They'll take him absolutely for precautionary reasons. Evaluation. Can you get to the center and see the coach in that group right there talking to his team? All right, there we go. So you can only imagine what was said down there in that group right there. Let's do this for Ivan. You know, the Smithinator, whatever you want to call him. He probably will get a nickname out of this deal.
Can only imagine that emotions running high right now with the Knights. And certainly, as we mentioned, it did not appear that there was any intent by the Sacramento City player, but you got to imagine he feels terrible all the same. And we're going to line back up and play some more football here.
And I don't even know where the game left off, other than there's 2 and 10 minutes left in the first half. I don't even know who's got the ball.
It's going to be Shasta ball, 1st and 10 from just outside the 30-yard line following the personal foul face masking penalty. But an extensive delay here following the injury, and certainly
you see the Panthers on the far side of the field. They're like doing some calisthenics to stay warm. It's getting a little chilly out here.
it is football weather here tonight, to be sure. Wickard and the backup quarterback Taylor warming up on the sideline. Pardon me, Thomas, backup quarterback number 6, Ty Thomas out of Chico. I also saw him taking some punting practice before the game. So
really?
He's also an option in the punting game.
I'll drop this down a little bit so we let that copyright music play.
Tacked on. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Knights. On the 31-yard line, 2:10 left to go here in the first half.
1st and 10 for the Knights. You got that. 2:10 left to play first half. Knights lead 12-3.
So plenty of time here in the second quarter, as they've got just 31 yards to go and 2 minutes to play in the half to add some points here to this 9-point lead.
All right, McCree in the backfield right now with Hokalani Wickard. Clock is ticking now. He's got a couple of receivers on either side, and he'll fake the handoff. Pass it to James Lee. He makes a great fake, gains 3 or 4 yards after the play. He'll come down at the 25.
And he's tackled by Brooks.
On the tackle.
An impressive play there by Brooks as he came all the way off of his defensive end spot to come out and make the tackle in the open field.
I see lightning off in the distance over here
A little
to
bit.
the south.
Had some light rain before the game, but nothing since about an hour before kickoff. Minute and a half now.
1:33 left to go, and the run is to, was that, yeah, McCree.
You're going to lose
Somebody
about
lost
3.
a helmet.
Brought down Bailey Shawman.
So he loses his helmet. He'll have to come out for one play.
3rd and about 8 now.
Lost 2 on the play to bring up a
After
3rd
the short
and 8.
loss.
I'm sure they're ready for the halftime because, I mean, that break in the action we just had that nobody wanted to have. They need to regroup, get back in the game here for the second half. McCree in the backfield. He's been consistent most of the night. 1:13 on the clock. It's ticking down. Hokalani Wickard's got 4 choices as far as receivers. McCree, if he swings out for a screen pass, there's the snap, and he's looking long. All the way down into the end zone.
Looking for
and he
Lee.
overthrows Lee by about 5 yards, incomplete.
Trying to hit him on the post route there,
Bailey on the cover.
but the ball overthrown. It'll be 4th and 8 now with 59 seconds left in the half. And we'll see if they want to try a long field goal here.
Looks like they're gonna.
And it will be.
That'll be nice.
Matthew
Sanchez and Ramirez out to
try a field goal.
hold and kick, respectively.
47-yard
7
attempt.
yards.
Here comes the snap. Placement is down. Kick is up. It's long and doesn't look like it's going to get far enough.
Just
Not
short.
enough. Just short.
Looked like it had the,
No good.
it was straight enough, just fell a little bit short there. So with 53 seconds, they'll turn it over on downs. And Sacramento City will get one more chance to cut into this lead before halftime.
Take over 1st and 10 on their own
Great
49-yard
performance thus
line.
far by the Shasta defense, allowing just one field goal back in the first quarter and forcing a couple turnovers on downs, in addition to a couple sacks. Defensive standout thus far, Demetrius Kelsel with a sack and an interception. They're going to run the ball here off the left side at number 24. He's going to be wrapped up by about 5 Knights.
That's going nowhere. He lost a handful of yards on that
Noah
play.
Mellon.
Great pursuit.
Noah Mellon with the tackle there, with the carry, number 24.
Tackle,
No gain.
along with a host of his friends.
And in no hurry
No
here,
gain on the play to bring up a 2nd and 10.
as we're under 30 seconds now. They'll probably just run one more play here, although they do have 3 wide receivers. We'll see if they want to get a little creative.
Hey, you got 22 seconds. I'd try to do something with it. You don't just want to run that out. You don't have to. I mean, you're down 9 points. Every point counts. They'll
And
hand
off
that
up
to
the middle,
I think
and
that's Roper.
That's a
Mellon with the
loss.
ball carrier.
Roper's hit immediately.
That's Mellon again, I believe, number 24.
Keegan Wallace, the tackle.
And that'll be the end of the first half as they'll let it tick down.
That's the end of the first half.
There it is.
12-3 here at the first half.
Nice job, Kyle. Nice job, Justin, the first half. We are going to mute our microphones. We'll stay live so you can see what's going on the stadium, and we'll focus on the scoreboard so you can see how much time's left before second half. And we'll be back for the second half kickoff here in about 15 minutes. Stand by.
Oh, man. Hope that kid's not paralyzed, man. That was awful. back to the scoreboard to start
Sure.
for the half?
Justin, can you go back to the scoreboard right now? Okay, we can talk. Well, I thought.
I feel alive.
We need a desk light. Because I can't see any of that.
Yeah, I know, me either. Don't
I could do
stop
that.
me.
That's good. Perfect. Thank you. Come on, drop that music out.
And we're back here, ready to get the second half underway.
Soxley set the kickoff for Sacramento.
Shasta will be receiving.
Yeah, they deflected at the first half, and they'll come back and go on offense. They lead 12-3 against the Sac City Panthers. There's the kickoff.
Lee and Hayes back to return. Looks like it's going to be Lee at about the 4-yard line.
Go ahead, take it.
And he's going to bring it out, looking for a block. He's going to bring it out to the left side, get around the corner, and he's got it out to 20 at the 25, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds right around the 28-yard line. And
nice
late
return.
flags.
Late flags coming out right there.
Maybe a late hit out of bounds there. We'll see. Perhaps a face mask, but he looks good coming back. So first down and 10 for Shasta, leading 12-3. A touchdown, a safety, and a field goal for Shasta. Just a first quarter field goal for Sac City Panthers. Shasta, all 12 of their points coming in the second quarter. We'll wait for the penalty call here.
Yeah, the microphone don't always work, but Justin's got his camera on the guy. It's a face mask.
The penalty on Sacramento.
Dang it. Don't like to see that.
Moves the ball up to the 43
So a face mask penalty, and it'll be 43-yard line, first and 10 for Shasta.
Remember a day when they had leather helmets and no face masks.
Morris, Hayes, and Lee out to the right side with
Shasta on offense. McCree in the backfield right there. They'll send a guy in motion. He'll stop right there at the right side of the line. Here comes the snap. Hokalani will give it to McCree, and he goes to the outside. Cuts inside, loses his footing, and goes down at the 36. I'm sorry, about the 46.
trying to get a block there from Morris. And number 23
That
with
looks
the
slippery.
tackle. Brandon Wright with the play.
That just looks slippery. No footing.
Second and 7 now.
McCree slipped on the play.
Another strong performance here by the Shasta defense, as we've seen through the first 3 games. They lead by 9 here and looking to add to that lead.
Second down and 7 for the Knights. Ball at the 46-yard line. Hokalani Wicker will do a play action. Quick pass out to the left-hand
Hayes.
side. That's Hayes. Complete. He fights close to the first down. He's going to be a couple of yards shy. Dead at the 50.
It'll be third and short here as Hayes gets a swing pass up the left side from Wickard. Call it second and 1 with a friendly spot there. Pardon me, third and 1.
On the play. Bring up a third and 1. The 48-yard line of the Panthers.
Score is 12-3. We're here in the third quarter. Early on, Knights lead. And they're mounting a pretty decent drive right now. They got 3 wide receivers out. James Lee, far closest to us.
McCall in at tight end as well. Here's
Would
Hayes
not
in
want the
motion.
duty of covering James Lee. We'll see how this guy does. That's the handoff to McCree, and he finds a seam right there, and he cuts through down to the 38-yard line, and a first down for the Knights.
Nice.
Good run by Matt McCree.
Nice vision there, 10-yard run as he cuts it back up inside, right off the hip of his blocker, and gets as much out of that run as he could have there. First down on the longest run of the night so far for Shasta. It's been a steady running game and chunk plays in the pass game, but yet to have that big breakout play. They've had good field position because of defense and the return game. If you're just joining us, Ivan Smith has left the game with an apparent injury earlier in the second quarter.
Yeah, we're trying to follow who's following that so we can give you an update, but we got nothing right now.
When we know, you'll know.
Hokalani Wicker, that's going to be a false start on McCree. He moved a little bit early.
Blown dead there, and it'll be 1st and 15. They'll move it back to the 44 now.
He was just leaning, couldn't. Oh, delay a game.
Delay a game on the night.
So they did not get the snap off there. First delay of game on either team tonight.
1st and 15 from the 44.
Marks comes in now for Hayes. And Smith in for McCree at halfback. McCall in at tight end as well. So a 3 wide receiver set here. Morris, Lee, and Marks. And McCall on the line at tight end on the right side of an unbalanced line. Wickard in the pistol is going to hand off to Smith. He's got room on the right. Now it's going to be swallowed up.
They're going to beat him up right there. He's going to lose a few yards on that play.
Nice job there getting off the block was number 99, Miller.
Great defensive pursuit for the Panthers.
No gain on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 15.
Smith wanted to run that one right up inside, but had to break it to the outside and ended up losing a bit. They'll call it no gain, 2nd and 15. So they'll give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. 3 to the left now, with a tight end to the right side with Smith in the backfield.
Hokalani Wickard, the quarterback's been very consistent all night long. They'll do the play action pass. Looking right over the middle, has a guy, and that's complete. Nice job right there. He'll get it down to the 25. Great hands.
Wicker's pass complete to Brandon Morris.
Morris, number 84, over the middle there with a nice play out of the slot.
For Shasta.
And Wickard right on the money, threading it between 3 Panthers for the first down. All the way down to the 26.
Yards on the completion.
Biggest gain of the night for Morris thus far as Marks checks back in. They'll stay with the tight end formation there and 3 wide.
On the tackle.
And now they switch to 4 wide receivers and Smith in the backfield. Hayes in motion to the left. They're going to hand to Smith. He's got a lane to the left, stiff arms of one man, and he's off the corner.
Nice
He's
move.
around the corner, first down and more. Puts his shoulder down. He's all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Nice run, Vinny Smith. That's the Vinny Smith we see.
16 hard-earned yards there by Smith. And it'll be 1st and goal inside the 10.
Hey, I got my wife tuned in. Thank you, Amber. Appreciate that.
14 yards on the carry.
Big run for Vinny Smith.
We'll spot it right at the 12, actually, as he stepped out of bounds before he fell forward. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 12 after a 14-yard gain. And McCree will check back in. We've got a whistle here. As we're ready to go.
McCree in the backfield right now, and Hokalani Wickard barking out his orders. Offensive line poised. They're going to throw the ball. Throws it out to, that's going to be McCree, and he's
Nice
inside the 10, 5, down to the 3-yard line. Good run.
Nice one-handed catch there by McCree, and he puts his shoulder down through 2 Panthers to get inside the 5. Close to a first down. We'll see if where they want to spot that one. It's going to be 2nd and about 1. After the nice play there, a little swing pass to McCree, and he turns on the Jets.
Gain a 9 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 1.
McCree in the backfield. This is about the time that I would hope that they'd give it to Vinny and let him power it over right there. That would totally boost his confidence level right now in this league.
Tight end and 3 wideouts.
His time is coming. I think McCree is going to get that ball, and he does, and he goes off the left tackle, and he's going to go across the line. That's going to be close. Touchdown, Shasta!
In for Shasta. Touchdown.
Great blocking on the left side there by the Knights, and he powers it in for the touchdown. 2nd rushing touchdown of the night for the Knights. James Lee had one as well earlier in the first half. And Shasta opens it up to 18-3 here, pending the extra point.
Man, this team's come out being very impressive this season.
And we've seen in the 3rd quarter, second half adjustments by Coach Hamilton The Knights have been a strong second half team.
Extra point kick is up, and it is perfect.
Kick is good with 9:41. Let's go in the third quarter. Our score: Shasta 19, Sacramento City College 3.
So Shasta strong in all three phases of the game here tonight, and putting together a nice drive there. Got one free first down via penalty and takes advantage of it, marching it all the way down for a Matt McCree touchdown. And with just under 10 minutes to go here, it's a 16-point ball game. And it feels like more than that with the way the defense is playing here. That defensive line been creating havoc all night in the Sacramento City backfield. They just have not been able to find their stride offensively.
Austin Hertz gave Nina back deep for the
And we're just about ready for the kickoff here. Nino and Hertz back to return.
Who do you want?
I'll take Nino, number 30.
Okay, and I'll take Hertz, number 21. There's the boot, and you're going to get the call, Kyle. Go ahead at the 5.
Nino at the 5. He's up at the 20, and he's going to look for a block. He's got a lane there, and he's dragging one man for about 10 yards, almost out to the 40.
Nice run right there.
Some hard running on the return by Nino, and it'll be a decent field position here for the Panthers from the 39. As they look to get something going here in the second half. They've been stifled since that first field goal on their second drive.
That scoring drive for the Knights.
As the Shasta defense will try to maintain its standard of excellence thus far.
I'd like to welcome Hippo Money tuned in on our live stream tonight. Thank you, my man. Going for the Panthers. Panthers look good right now. Domino. They'll take that. They'll hand off. Left-hand side. I believe that is Roper. And he's going nowhere. Into a wall of green.
Jared Kenneth, the ball carrier.
Number 22, Jared Canup, the fullback on that one. So
Corey
a
Lyons in on the tackle.
couple different running backs on the rotation here. We haven't seen one running back get the bulk of the carries here. Last week it was Roper in the victory over Diablo Valley, but a three-headed monster here tonight.
Ooh, high snap. They'll hand it off again right up the middle. Maybe a gain of a yard, but great defense right there by the Knights.
So 2 runs, 2 yards for Canape, and it'll be 3rd and 8 here. And Shasta looking once again to get off the field on a 3 and out and force a punt here. Defensive substitutions for the Knights as Lyons and Wallace check out on 3rd down. Shotgun with 3 wide receivers and an extra man on the line here for Sacramento City. They're under pressure.
He's
Coming around the corner is Ray. Here's the throw up the left side. He's got a man, and he's got it.
Oh, he didn't.
Incomplete.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, he bobbled it while he took 2 or 3 steps, couldn't hang on to it, and he is not happy with himself.
He's got his head in his hands. That's number 87, Zach Marsh-Wojan, who's had a couple of receptions already here tonight. The big tight end, 6'5".
Could have been a big play right there.
Was up the sideline there and had 2 steps before he could bring the ball in completely, and it's ruled incomplete. As he started running before he had the ball
Man, he was
secured.
close on that. He was close.
On what was a broken play there, the quarterback rushing to his left, throwing across his body. He's able to find the man down the sideline, but they're unable to convert. So Shasta dodges a bullet there on a big play.
Who's that?
And they'll punt on 4th and 7. Looks like Hayes back to return, number 10. Short
Punt is off, not too bad.
Line drive.
That'll bounce, and they're going to stay away from that. It'll buck right out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. So that's where the Knights will take over.
8-12 here in the 3rd. And Shasta will take over,
24-yard line.
having scored on their last drive.
Second possession of the half.
To open the
8:12 left to go in the
third quarter here.
Shasta leading 19-3.
So they'll look to stretch this one out a little bit and put a little breathing room between them and the Sac City Panthers here. Shasta looking to go 4-0 on the season here. A 7-point victory last week down in Santa Rosa. And Wickard with a big line and 2 wide receivers out to the left. And Smith in the backfield in what looks like a running formation here. And they will hand it to him up the middle. He's going to look for a seam and fall forward for a few.
Vinny Smith, the ball carrier.
Couple tough yards there for Smith. Over right guard, and it'll be 2nd and about
Jet
6.
Green on the tackle. Smith picks up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Shasta in no hurry here, leading by 16 as McCree checks in.
19-3, 7:47 left to play in the third. Knights on offense, McCree in the backfield, a couple of receivers wide to the left.
Another big line with 2 tight ends and McCree in the backfield.
Back to pass. Right over the middle. He's got a guy in and out of the hands.
That's McCall, number 9, who had a crossing route but unable to bring it in.
Oh, man, it bounced right out of his hands. He's not happy with that.
Third down here. On that play, you had McCall and number 80 in the game at tight end in the 2 tight end set. You don't see a lot of that. Josiah Gable in there, but ball falls incomplete, stops the clock with about 7:28 left here in the third. And now they'll spread them out with 4 wide receivers as Marks and Morris come back in. Just 3 men on the line, and they're only going to rush 4 here.
Ricker's going to scramble left and throw out
Got
to the left flat. That could be low. We're not sure.
And they're going to say it's incomplete.
Nope,
Marks
hit the ground. No good.
tried to make the sliding catch there. Looked like he might have had a play on it, but Wickard wanted the completion, but they will not get the call. It'll be 4th and 6. So a stand here for Sac City.
Yeah, great defense by the Panthers right there.
And they needed that one here, down a couple of scores to get the ball back in the field position, holding them to no first downs on that drive. They should get it here reasonably near midfield, or at least with a chance for a return by Nino, number 30.
I'm going to take it. You've had all the fun so far tonight.
Sanchez back to punt. Gary Moore on the call here.
That's Nino, right? He's standing at his own 30-yard line. Great punt. Could bounce right in his hands. He'll let it bounce once and stay away from it. Little push in the back right there from the receiving team, but no call, and they'll just let it come to a dead stop at the 33-yard line.
Ball down by Roland Black the third there, defensive back. Good to see him back in the game after he left earlier with a ding on one of his arms.
10 on their own 34-yard line.
And they'll take over from the 34, Wilch, Sacramento City. After being forced to punt on their last drive, they take over here. 3 wide receivers out to the right, and they're going to throw.
Quick pass out to the right flat. That's complete, and he gets around a guy, and he runs into his own guy. Then he's clobbered by a Shasta Knight gain of only about 3, maybe 4.
Nino looked like he might have had a little room there. Was trying to pick up a block, but Joe Merkel came up and put the wood on him. And brings him down for a gain of about 5.
Gain of 5 on the play to bring up a 2nd and 5.
Ball right at the 39 now, as they're going to be in the semi-hurry up here. Williams in single coverage down here at the bottom of the field with Smith. There's a short throw to the right, and immediately wrapped up and brought down. Nice open field tackle there by number 24, Jaden Harris. Short gain, maybe a gain of 2.
Thanks, Coach Campos. Kanisha, we appreciate your comments as well. Thomas Budd as well, too.
3rd and 3 now, and Shasta will try and get off the field here again on 3rd down, something they've been doing consistently all night here. We'll see if they want to bring pressure.
Third and about 4 right now. They'll call it a long 3.
They rush just 4. Here's the throw to the side. It's going to be dropped.
Man,
for Williams,
what a great
14.
defense right there.
Jacob Williams, the 6'3" wide receiver out of Elk Grove, unable to bring that one in.
Nick Smith with perfect coverage on that play.
So another 3 and out forced by Shasta, and another great defensive performance here. Nick Smith, the DB out of Vacaville on the play. The 5'9" guy stopping the 6'3" wide receiver. That's always nice to see. Looks like Hayes is back to return once again. Short kick, and it's going to bounce and be
Look
fielded.
at him pick it up right at the last second, and he's on the run. He's got a seam on the right-hand side. He's up to the 35, now the 40. Trips down, finally lands on his face at the 50.
Apologies,
what a great deal.
That's Ty Lemon out there, number 19.
Flag on the play.
Making a couple guys miss and taking a nice angle out to the 50. Let's see what the flag is here back around the 39-yard line. Might be a block in the back or a clip here. We'll see. Usually when you have it behind the play like that, that's not promising for the returning team. But either way, with just over 5 minutes to go, Shasta will take back over. Leading by 16 here. So Lemon with a nice return there on the punt. And we'll see what the field position looks like pending that infraction. I want to thank one of our sponsors here tonight, Snap-on Tools. Proud to bring you Shasta College Knights football on Shasta Sports Network. And we are going to march this one back a ways, back into Shasta territory. Reminder, make sure to tune in next week as we will be on the road.
The return pushes them all the way back to the 15.
But you can find us right here on YouTube, Shasta Sports Network.
On their own 15-yard line.
Bringing you every game every Saturday.
We're back home next Saturday, right? That is correct.
Home next Saturday, then away the week after that. You're right.
We'll be taking on the College of the Sequoias down from Visalia. One of the greatest college bands I've ever seen in my life. They got soul. Wickard now, handful of receivers. They'll hand that ball off left-hand side. It looks like Vinny Smith. Vinny gets just across the 20 with a, there's another flag come late at the end of the play. There might have been a late hit.
Flag comes in.
Looked like about 4 or 5 off the left side, pending the penalty here. That game next week against Sequoias will be a 1 p.m. start.
Excellent.
So we'll have some afternoon football for you a week from today. Make sure to tune in for that one. As what we hope will be the 4-0 Shasta Knights. Look to stay perfect.
We've been consistent at over 120 people tuned into this game all night long. So all you folks on the chat line who are visiting and chiming in, thank you so much. We appreciate it. It's our pleasure to provide the coverage for you.
Hello to all of our friends down in Sacramento as well.
Yeah, Panther fans.
For the Panthers here. First down, they're going to hand off to Smith again to the right side. He's got nowhere to go.
No, there's great pursuit by the Panthers on that one.
Had
two guys.
Number 23, Brandon Wright in on the play, as well as number 45. That's Max Green.
2 on the play.
As both of them got into the backfield there and blew that play up before it could get started. 2nd and 12 now.
Gives the Knights a 2nd and 12.
Number 47, Fountain's going to check in. And now going to check back out for Boston.
Talking about our upcoming schedule, we'll be going to Sierra College on the 19th of October down in the Sacramento area.
No game on the 12th. That's our bye week. So next week and then a week off.
We're going to watch the Oregon Ducks that weekend against Idaho State. In and out of the hands, almost there. James Lee couldn't hang on to it.
Lee coming across on a crossing route near a first down yardage there. And the ball was a little bit behind him, had to turn around and reach behind him to try and grab it. And just unable to bring it in with his momentum carrying him the other way. Let's see what the call is here.
Man downfield.
Ineligible receiver downfield. So somebody left a little early there as Hoke was scrambling to the right, trying to avoid the pressure. And it'll be 2nd and long now. Call it 2nd and 17 with the penalty. And they'll
brings up a 2nd and 17 for the Knights.
Or rather, we're going to see him spotted right about the 35. Call it 2nd and 3rd and about 12 actually, as it looks like they're going to decline that.
Penalty decline. It'll bring up a 3rd and 12.
So 3rd and long here. Shasta will try and pick up the first down. On an obvious passing down, 4 wide receivers in with Smith as the running back. And the corners look like they're playing off coverage here.
Vinny will adjust a little bit, move over to the right of Hoke. He'll fake it to him. Oh, he's got trouble, and Hokalani is going down. He's going to take a loss on that play.
And you couldn't see on the feed there, but Brandon Morris, number 84 here, was on a stop and go route, and had Wickard had about a second more to throw.
I think he maybe lost his footing too and just fell backwards.
Morris was about 10 yards behind the man who was supposed to be covering him. Absolutely beat him on that route. But Wickard, under such duress, absolutely no chance to get rid of the ball, and he'll go down for the sack. 4th and forever now. And we'll tick down towards 4 minutes as they'll punt it away. Nino back to return about the 34-yard line.
Cal take him. And goes in motion. Here comes the kick right there. Great kick. Nino might have a chance. Calls for a fair catch at the 37, and that's where he'll stop.
Nino with a fair catch.
Nice coverage there from Roland Black III to force the fair catch.
Thought he may have had time to do a return on that play.
Looked like kind of a line drive kick there, but Black had such great coverage on it that no option to return there.
Shasta 19.
And 3:54 left here in the third. Shasta in control, but without the ball as Sacramento will try and get something going here. No points since the first quarter for the Panthers. Just an opening quarter field goal for them, and that has been it.
It's about the third time I've knocked over my ice water tonight. Better get back on the bottle.
Here's a run to the right side.
Yep, he cuts it inside, finds a lane. Now he's going up the middle.
That's Nelson.
Nelson's got enough for a first down. I think we're very close to it. Close to midfield, 47-yard line. Excellent run.
Originally wanted to run that to the right side and then cut it back up the middle for some nice yardage.
Brought down by Joe Merkel.
And they will give him the first down there after a 10-yard gain.
Good for a
Tackled by Merkel on the play. And they'll stay here in the no huddle. 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers in a bigger set now, and they're going to hand off once again. That's number 11 to the right side. He's going to make a couple guys miss, shed a tackler, and be brought down after about a 5-yard gain, maybe 6.
Nelson again with the carry.
So 2 runs by Nelson pick up positive yardage, and they're back into Shasta territory across the midfield. 2nd and about 4 now.
So
little smash mouth football now from Sacramento City. Three wide receivers now. And they're going to fake the handoff.
Oh, and he's going to have to scramble. He's got 3 Knights chasing him down. And he finally unloads it. Throws it away on purpose. The flag is down late over here.
Very late flags coming from the defensive backfield.
Jimenez pass incomplete. Multiple flags.
Giving chase there was Kelsel and Calhoun Ray. And forcing a throwaway. We'll see what the call is here. I thought he had a receiver in the area. I'm not sure if that was intentional grounding or if that might be the call. Certainly got it past the line of scrimmage, so that's not a concern. And that will be against the defense. That's going to be holding on the defense. So
defensive holding on
automatic first down. And they'll march off some yardage inside the 40 now of Shasta. And Sac City with their best threat here in a few drives. And since the first half, they've got the ball now at the 37 of Shasta. A bunch formation to the right, single man down to the left. They have not shown this formation very much tonight. Another run off the right side to Nelson. They feel like they got something over there, but not this play.
Barely made it back to the line of scrimmage. Tripped up by defender and one of his own guys.
Near the line of scrimmage. Features Kelsall in on the tackle.
A guy we've called his name a number of times tonight, Detrius Kelsel, creating havoc in the middle once again. He's been in the backfield all night tonight. A sack and an interception already, and a tackle on that play. Officially give him a tackle for a loss. 2nd and 11 now. And they'll try and spread him out here again with 3 wide.
Domino looking to go to the air, fakes the handoff. He goes back, and he's got trouble, and he's going to go down at the 50. Huge loss, and Cole Parker's the man.
Cole Parker on the sack. Torin Calhoun Ray also in the vicinity. And the Knights' leading sacker wraps him up and throws him away for a loss there.
It's a huge loss.
3rd and forever, all the way back to the 47-yard line.
Clock is ticking. 1:47 left to play. 3rd period. Knights lead 19-3.
So from 2nd and 11 to 3rd and 22. And that narrows down how many choices you have on a 3rd and 22 call. 3 wide receivers and an extra man on the line.
No
here.
choice but to go to the air.
Parker
Amino
rushing
now.
again.
He's got to scramble. And he
Throws
throws
it
it right over the
field.
middle. He's got 2 guys. And that's complete right about the 32-yard line. He's still going down and finally hammered down by a Knight.
That's the big
Man,
tight end.
That's tough physicality right there.
Zach Marsh Wojcik.
And there's a flag, and there's a ruckus on the field for everybody.
As the big tight end there at 6'5", 245 was wrapped up but had not gone down. And then another one of the Knights came in and knocked him down. Didn't appear to be late or after the fact, but we've got yet another flag thrown here.
Yeah.
So
I think there was some what they call politely extracurricular activity after the play.
one of the players for Sacramento City grabbed by his own teammates and thrown to the sideline. So emotions running high here in the second half following that play, as Shasta has frustrated them all night here. And at 19-3, perhaps a little of that boiling over here for the Panthers. We'll see what the call is. But
Officials discussing it right now, and
I think every official that had a flag threw one. There's literally 5 on the field right now.
Justin's got the officials' little soiree right down there at the 35-yard line. He'll have the call for us here in just a second. They're trying to sort that one out. It's like a Rubik's Cube.
When you see something like this here, my immediate thought is it might have something that would be offsetting penalties.
Sure.
Certainly something after the play like that. A lot of times you'll get calls on both teams. We'll
Yeah,
see what
and
they
here
wanna
comes
do
your
here.
call. I want to double check it. Turns his microphone on.
Everybody's got to grab
flip.
their flags.
I know. Now they got a notepad out. Here comes your call right now. Holding. It's going to go against the Panthers. Comes another one. Well, he's just down there chatting. He's not giving any signal.
So
Something offsetting. I'm not sure he knows what he's calling there.
after the play, that's a
Oh, here comes another one. Offsetting.
so a personal foul looks like on both teams.
So we have
Apologize for the lack of audio
Yeah.
here.
penalties on the play, a holding on the Panthers, unsportsmanlike conduct on Sacramento City, and unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, offsetting. That's like saying, listen,
Those two offset.
can I buy $5 off of you for $5? Sure. Let's do it.
So perhaps some words exchanged after that play. Not sure that there was we didn't have any late hits or excessive contact or unsportsmanlike. We were calling them unsportsmanlike conduct afterwards, so I'm assuming that's a verbal infraction of some kind near the sideline after the play. On what was a
Man,
good hit, but a clean hit.
they got
on,
time to
the
roll out a
tight end.
barista there at the 40-yard line to figure this one out.
I'm just glad we have 6 officials. Imagine how long it would take to figure out if we didn't have 6.
Right.
So an unplanned timeout here while we figure out what has happened and what will happen.
I got a holding call against the Panthers.
That is declined. There's one of your unsportsmanlikes also on the Panthers.
That poor guy, I'm
And
not
on
sure.
Shasta.
That may have been the toughest call he's made all year. Looks like he's warming up for spin class down there trying to make the call. Good
So
job, though. There we go. Now we get
Yep.
back to action.
The upshot of it all is it looks like we're
All
going
the
to have,
penalties are declined. Take the result of the play.
it's going to be 4th and about
Brings up a
6.
4th down and about 6.
So after 3rd and 22, the unsportsmanlike brings them back to 4th and 6. And a big play here as we wind down towards the end of the 3rd quarter.
Right. And the spirit on the sideline of the Knights is at an all-time high right now.
We're ready for football once again here.
Coach Hamilton just unloaded on Coach Cavalli about something. Maybe a missed assignment or something. They were going at it, having words.
Nelson in the backfield, running back again for the Panthers.
57 seconds left in the 3rd period. This could be a defining play for the Panthers. There's the snap. They're going to go to the air, and he's going to have to scroll or scramble, and he overthrows his man, and that's going to be pass interference on the Knights.
Great pressure on the play by Parker, and they're going to, Shasta wanting to say that the ball was uncatchable, but it looks like they're going to get a defensive penalty on this play, as they're going to bail him out on a play that was a broken play. Good pressure by the D-line of Shasta once again to force an early throw before he wanted to get rid of that one and force the incompletion. But on the back end of that play, we're probably
here comes another confusing call with 47 seconds left to play in the third period.
And that is going to extend this drive.
They're going to move the chains for the Panthers. It's going to be a first down for them. Pass interference is the call. Crowd doesn't like it. I think it was a good call.
Penalty on the Knights. Give Sacramento City a first
and
down.
Frustrating for Shasta because he really didn't need to interfere on that play. The ball was over the receiver's head, if only slightly. But sometimes you just react that way to try and prevent a touchdown.
It'll be 1st and 10 from right around the 17-yard line for the Panthers. They'd like to put some points on the board. They're still within striking distance.
Still a 2-score game here.
Yep. And a whole another quarter to go. Here comes the snap right now. Domino now passes right over the middle, overthrows this guy, incomplete.
Looking for Nino on the left side, number 30. And it skips off his fingertips and into the end zone for an incompletion. 2nd and 10 now. Shasta looking to hold him here inside the red zone. They've allowed just 3 points here tonight, and all those in the first quarter. They're going to spread them out with 3 wide receivers and the big tight end in the slot.
Sacramento City from the 18-yard line.
Big turnaround from last year for the Knights. You know, of course, last year they got moved up into that national conference and the Northern California Football Conference. Tougher division, tougher talent, bigger dudes. And they'll take a timeout with 43 seconds left to go.
And we've seen a turnaround just from the first game of the season against Chabot College, who beat the Knights last year 27-7, a 26-3 victory this year. So a 43-point turnaround just in the opening game.
All right, stand by.
Looks really good, Justin. Looks really good. Hey, Justin. If you have dead time between plays, try and zoom in on the head coach. If you have dead time between plays, like when they're calling a penalty time, zoom in on the coach and get a reaction shot.
Our coach? Our coach?
Whoever you get the reaction from.
Okay. You know who our head coach is? He's down there talking to the referee right now. He's got a clipboard in his hand.
2nd and 10 for the Panthers.
Here we go, 2nd and 10. 43 seconds left in the third period. He's got several receivers to choose from and one man in the backfield. Domino now fakes it, passes it quickly to the right. That's complete, close to the first down marker. He might be a yard shy. That could have been the last play of the quarter right now. Clock is still moving.
About 1 second difference between the play clock and the game clock, so
bring up a 3rd and 3.
Probably one more play here in the quarter. 3rd and short after the good gain on 2nd down. Watch the big tight end, number 87 here in the slot. He's been their best receiver here tonight.
Okay, Brandon Elwood, thanks for your comment. We turned it up. You should be able to hear it a little bit better. Pass into the end zone, far deep corner. That's not even a chance. Wasn't even catchable.
Unplayable there as they tried to throw the fade route, but just too much on it. And it'll be 4th and 3 here with 5 seconds left in the third quarter. So clock stops on the incompletion. And it looks like they're going to bring in the kick team here. So in a 16-point game,
Brings up a 4th down.
they're going to try and cut this to 13 now.
Sox lead.
Not a bad idea.
For the Panthers. Try about a 28-yard field goal.
See what he's got. Going for a 28-yard field goal. 5 seconds left in the third period. There's the snap. Placement is down. Kick looks good from here. And that is good. So that'll be 3 more points for the Panthers.
Same distance he hit
With
from
2
in
seconds
the
left
first
to go
quarter.
in the third quarter, our score, Shasta College 19, Sacramento City 6.
Good football game. Couple of seconds left in the third period.
19-6 here in the last 2 seconds of the third quarter. We'll see the special teams unit come on here, and Lemon, who had a great punt return to set up the last drive.
Okay, I'm going to drop you for a second. All right. You're up. You're up. You're good?
Pat Lemon,
Okay.
James Lee back deep for the night. Sox Lee.
Which one do you want?
Sacramento City.
I'll take Lemon on this one.
Okay.
Sox Lee, one of the best names for a football player you'll hear, especially for a kicker.
All right. He'll take that at right about the 8-yard line. Right return, stutter step, still moving, runs out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
Hayes on the return there.
Dyshawn Hayes with the return. Run out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. That's the end of the third period. Our score, Shasta College 19, Sac City 6.
Just about ready here to start the fourth quarter.
On their own 28-yard line.
And Shasta at their own 28 here. In a 13-point ball game, Hokulani Wicker turns around and hands it to Vinny Smith, who looks over the left side and is going to get wrapped up for a loss right around the 25. Be a loss of about 2 as they'll spot him at the 26. 2nd and 12 now.
Vinny Smith, the ball carrier.
Knights 7 points in that third quarter. Sacramento City 3. So it was a 12-3 deficit at the half is now 19-6.
Be 2nd and 12 for the Knights.
Four wide receivers and McCree in the backfield now for Shasta. Dropping back to pass is Wickard looking over the middle. He's got a man. It's going to be caught just past the 30-yard line. Short gain.
Complete. Brandon Morris on the reception.
Morris makes the play and goes down.
Uriah
Spot him at the
Fort
32.
with the tackle.
3rd and about 6 here.
Gain of 6. Will bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Knights.
Big 3rd down here for the Sac City defense. As Shasta trying to bleed this clock a little bit here in the fourth quarter. Dropping back to pass, looking to the right side. He's got McCree in the flat. Nobody out there. He's got the first down and more. He's going to shake one tackler and get out past the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Nice play design there by Coach Brian Hamilton's offense. As they get McCree in the flat, that's been an effective play for them a number of times this game.
First down.
His best game receiving-wise this year. McCree has been a weapon out of the backfield, and he comes off now for Smith on first down. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line, and Shasta matriculating the ball down the field here. Comes in with a couple tight ends now and 2 wideouts.
Near midfield, right about the 46-yard line. Hokulani Wicker doing a great job leading his football team here. Tough defense tonight by the Panthers. They look good as well.
Gable and McCall in on the line at tight end. And
That's
they're
a
going to
handoff. Vinny Smith. He'll gain about a yard on the play.
Give the tackle to number 23, Brandon Wright. He's been all over the field tonight.
Brandon Wright on the tackle.
Defensive back for the Panthers.
Gain of about 2.
As we roll on under 13 minutes now. Shasta in no hurry here on 2nd and 8. And they'll come out in that big formation again with 2 tight ends.
2nd and 8 for the night.
Marks to the near side. Lee spreading out to the far side of your picture there. And the defense comes up to pressure the line of scrimmage a bit.
There's a snap right there, and Wicker looking to throw the ball. Has one guy, and in and out of the hands. Good defense right there by the Panthers.
Kendrick Bailey on the coverage, slapped it away
That
from
was great
Carson
coverage.
Marks.
Great coverage.
Tried to hit him on the little slant route there, but nothing doing. Good timing by the defense to slap it down, and the clock stops with 12:17 now in the 4th. Tight end McCall checks out of the game, looking like he's favoring that leg a bit, as Deshaun Hayes checks back in, as well as Morris. They're split with Lee down to the near side of your screen, Carson Marks on the far side, with Smith as your running back. 3rd and 8 here from their own 48-yard line. Wickard looking to throw, steps up and throws it to Smith, and it's going to be incomplete.
Couldn't hang on to it.
Just had to break stride the smallest bit there and was unable to bring it in on the crossing route, and it'll be 4th down here. And the Knights will punt it away. So clock stops with 12:12 now.
Finals period here, 4th period. Been a great football game.
In a 13-point game, Sacramento City gets the stop they need there after giving up 1 first down, so they don't lose too much clock here. A couple minutes off the back end of this quarter. And Sanchez out to kick once again to Nino.
I'll take Nino. He stands at about his 15-yard line right there. Sanchez has been very consistent with his kicks all night long. That one certainly no different. A lot of hang time right there.
Good kick.
Calls for a fair catch. He wasn't even 10 yards from the ball, and it bounces out of bounds at about the 23.
Shasta gets a bad bounce there as it actually comes back their own way and is going to be just outside the 20.
5 left to go in the game. Our score, Shasta 19, Sac City 6.
Looks like they'll give it to him right at about the 23-yard line.
That's
24
exactly
perhaps.
where the mark is.
So the Shasta defense has allowed just 2 field goals and just 3 points since that first quarter. And they'll come out here again with the Panthers starting
Just
at
a
the
nice
23.
shot on head coach Brian Hamilton down there a second ago. I just caught the last end of that heated exchange between him and one of his assistant coaches a little while ago. I'll be definitely asking him about that tomorrow. All right, Domino now right up over center. There's some whistles.
Early start here by the offense by the looks of it.
Delay a game, maybe? That's
Delay
exactly
a
what
game.
the call is. Delay a game against the Panthers.
They've gotten right down against that play clock a couple times, and that time they got too close. So 1st and 15 now. We'll move it back to about the 18-yard line. Two wide receivers and 2 tight ends here. On 1st and 15, they're going to hand to the running back.
Yeah, swing play, left-hand side, and the Knights are not fooled at all, and they're all over that.
Absolutely
That's
wrapped
going to
up.
be a
That's
big loss.
Lions on the tackle there for a loss.
Cameron Nelson, the ball carrier.
Nice job there by the run defense of Shasta. Nothing doing.
Lions in on the tackle. Lost 2 to bring up a 2nd and 17.
2nd and long here, and they're going to go with 3 wideouts this time. Shasta with a couple guys back deep, and they're going to watch them hand off, and he's going to be swallowed up for a very short gain, maybe 2 yards, perhaps 3. And it'll be 3rd and about 15. A good spot there. We'll call it 3rd and 14 after the short gain.
Torin Calhoun Ray.
3rd and long, about 13 yards to go for the Panthers.
Gain of 4 to bring up a 3rd and 13.
10:49 left in the game. Back to pass.
Under
Domino
pressure.
now, and he's going down. He'll lose a few more.
Sacked. Rashard Budd.
Rashard Budd in on the play once again, as that defensive line has just been causing havoc all night long. And
Rashard Budd's resume tonight is pretty spectacular.
he has been wrecking plays in the middle of that line here since we've basically got started tonight. And in the fourth quarter, making a big play here to kill a drive, and it's 4th and forever now. Looks like it's going to be Lemon back to return at right around his own 40. Gary, you want to take the call on that one?
I will.
Had a nice return earlier.
He's kind of far back compared to what this guy's been kicking all night long, but that was not a bad kick at all. One man down there, and they're just going to let it bounce. Oh, one of the Panthers pushed the receiver out of the way. That's fine.
Takes a Panther roll, ends up being about a 55-yard kick.
Not bad. They'll mark it at the 25, and the Knights will go back to work.
57-yard punt.
Officially a 57-yard boot there, so nice job by the special teams of Sacramento City to flip the field a bit deep in their own territory on 4th down. And with 10 minutes to go, they've got 13 points to make up, and Shasta's got the ball. So
19-6 is your score. We're in the 4th period. 9:52 left to play.
still anybody's ball game here. A couple plays here and there. One big play can make this a one-score ball game at any point, but Shasta looking to sit on the ball a little bit here, but also trying to remain aggressive. They had a touchdown drive back in the 3rd quarter. They've outscored the Panthers 7-3 thus far this half.
Chain gang's trying to catch up, get in the right spot. Ever worked on a chain gang at a football game?
I have not.
I have not either, but I would love to do that. There's a lot of things that we cannot hear up here that you hear on the sidelines, right? I'd like to have a microphone down there. Maybe we'll send one of our guys down with a mic one of these days.
Big formation here, 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers for Shasta.
I would assume that they'll stick with a running game for a while just to burn up time. Big hole for Smith up the middle, and he's got a nice first down across to the 46-yard line.
Nice acceleration there as he burst through the line. And perhaps that Sacramento City defense has lost half a step here in the 4th quarter. They've been on the field a good chunk of the evening.
First down.
Without having the exact number in front of me, the time of possession battle you would think favors Shasta to this point.
Knights have the ball at their own 47 right now, close to midfield. It'll be 1st and 10 with 9:34 left to play.
Ball on the 47 here, 1st and 10. Same formation as last play. Those 2 running backs. They'll hand it to Smith again.
Off tackle, left-hand side. Man, he's got it going on.
Vinny
Vinny with another first down. That's the Vinny we know.
2 consecutive first downs on as many runs. A 10-yard run there.
First down.
You know, he's listed at 5'9", 200, but he runs hard. And perhaps a little gimpy after that play. Kind of working that left hip out a bit. We'll see if he's going to stay in on this one. 2 nice runs in a row, and they're in Panther territory down to the 43, first down again.
I think a 9-minute Vinny Smith show might be in order here. Be perfect.
Smash mouth football right now by the Knights, trying to sit on this lead.
There's the snap. Vinny gets the call again. Right-hand side, tries to turn the corner. They wrap him up, and he's still going.
Vinny Smith.
A stiff arm, and he slips off of one play. We got a very late flag at the end of the play here. Very late flag, post-curricular.
That's the classic Vinny Smith that we've followed for the last couple of years coming out of Shasta High School.
On that carry.
Very difficult for the first man to bring him down, and he gets a lot of yards after contact.
We got a Knight down on the field right now.
I think that is Smith on the play, perhaps. Unable to see from our angle here. But we're going to have the staff go on and attend to him as he's down right now.
Coach Hamilton headed out there. I believe that is Vinny Smith.
A very, very late flag
right
at the end of the
up.
play. He's going to come off under his own power here and get a nice ovation.
Smith, the injured Knight.
He was headed back to the huddle, and they go, no, you take a play off.
He's a football player. He doesn't want to come out.
There he is.
He wants to be in there every snap he can.
Coach is joking with him. Vinny's going, put me back in.
Still maybe favoring that groin a little bit. Or
No personal foul.
gingerly walking to the sideline.
Yeah, walk it off.
And the call on that was a helmet to helmet. So
okay.
that will be a
That's a big
personal
penalty.
foul. And it was well after the play, so I think it might have been somebody diving in after the fact. A little too juiced up on that play, perhaps, as Dyshone Hayes checks in for Fountain.
They
They
bring
go to
Vinny over to the sideline right now and takes his helmet off.
25-yard line. It'll be first
He's just
and
walking
10
around a
tonight.
little bit. I think you're right. The midsection just below his belt there was a little bit tough.
Boston in at halfback now, next to Wickard, with three wideouts
8:38 left to play, fourth quarter.
and an extra offensive lineman on there as well. So you've got a 6-man offensive line and 3 wide receivers, Marks, Hayes, and Lee, on 1st and 10 as we wait for them to wind the clock
Vinny
now.
Smith sitting down on the sideline over here. One of his buddies reaching through the rail, slapping him on the chest. Vinny's had a good game today, probably his best of the season.
Had 76 yards last week in the victory, and without having his exact total in front of us here tonight, he's had a real nice drive here with over 20 yards on this drive. And he's been one of their consistent weapons, especially on first down here tonight.
And we're back again with a first down.
So Boston in the backfield with 8:30 is on the clock as we tick down. Here's Lee in motion. They're going to snap and hand to him. No, it's Boston up the right side, and he's going to be
Taken
brought
down
down
immediately.
Might have been a face mask on that play, but
Helmet grab.
Tyler Boston, the ball carrier.
no flag there. Number 41 on the tackle for Sacramento City. That's Spearman.
Devin Sullivan, Jermaine Spearman on the tackle.
Morris checks in now for
Off of
McCall.
one.
2nd and 11 after a short loss on the play. As we tick down under 8 minutes now. Shasta with about 10 seconds on the play clock here in no hurry at all.
Nope.
But they'll
Using the
spread 'em
clock
out.
wisely. He'll send a man in motion. He'll stop right there at the end of the line. Hope takes the snap.
Boston
Hands
again.
off, left-hand side to Boston. He's going to go for a loss right there. They were
Tyler
immediately
Boston,
all
ball
over
carrier.
him.
He's dropped for a loss.
Tried to get over the left side, and penetration in the backfield is going to slow him up for a loss.
Good defense right there by the Panthers. Great pursuit.
They're going to lose about 3 yards. Actually, they're going to lose about 4 on the play.
Tackle.
Third and about 15 now. So that might have
Lost
pushed him
4,
towards the
bringing
outer
third
edge of
and
field goal
15
range
for
here.
them.
We'll see what kind of play call they want to dial up on 3rd and 15. Might be in 4-down territory here, depending on the amount of gain here.
This would be one of those classic great times to send James Lee in motion and give him the sweep around the other end, but he's going to stay out there wide to the right. Wickard looking to throw the ball. He'll back up 2 or 3 steps, looks over the middle, kicks it off over to McCree. He dodges the guy, and he's down to the 21-yard line.
Ran into
Now
his own
McCree
man
with the
Hayes
reception.
there after making one man miss.
Lost his footing a little bit.
4th and about 6 or 7, depending on the
Lucas
spot.
Mayo with the tackle.
And it looks like we're going to have a field goal attempt here. Yes, we will.
Good. Justin, you're getting some compliments on our chat line on your work on the camera, and I totally agree with
Again, about
all of
7
them.
to bring up a 4th and 8.
Ramirez will be trying about a 37, 38-yard
Ramirez.
field goal here.
He missed
Field
one
goal
from, I
attempt.
think, 42 earlier in the game.
38-yard attempt.
Yep, this will be 38. See what he's got. 6:36 left to play.
Good
There's the
snap,
snap.
good
There's
hold.
the boot. It's long enough.
It's
and
good.
it is good.
Good.
Great kick.
A low line drive right through the uprights makes it 22-6.
Shasta, 22.
And
City, 6.
with just 6.5 minutes left here, these two teams have traded field goals in the 4th quarter. And it remains a 16-point game. Following the nice boot there from 38 yards by Ramirez. So time working against the Panthers here. As Shasta looking to go 4-0 on the season. Another strong performance here tonight. After the last 2 weeks, some turnovers, maybe a little bit of sloppy play, but they were able to pull out the win in both of those wins against West Hills and Santa Rosa.
Santa Rosa was their one that they were closest where they could have lost it.
Had some turnovers in the second half. Let them hang around a little bit. Ended up winning that one by 7. But tonight, they have really been
That's going to be
tight.
Hurts. He'll take it right at the 5-yard line, and he'll immediately go upfield and then head to the right. Stutter step left, right, and he runs into a
Ooh.
brick wall of green. at the 25-yard line.
Austin Hurts.
Forward momentum
Ball for
was
5.
stopped in its tracks, and he was sent backwards about the 25-yard line.
Man, that was a vicious hit. Really get a tattoo on the eyeball with a bamboo needle.
Special
Getting hit
teams,
like that.
not for the faint of heart. And a good tackle there is
on the tackle.
they're going to spot the ball right about the 27-yard line, so they'll give him forward progress to there. And with
Sac City
6:23
just over
left,
10
it's a
on the
two-score
road.
game, and
27
Sacramento
yard
City is going to have to get something going here in a hurry. Four wide receivers, and they're going to throw it.
Quick pass to the left, and it's in and out of the hands, incomplete.
Looking for Nino there on a forward pass,
Giving pass.
and just skipped off his fingertips.
He
as
had a
was-
little room to run if he could have kept his hands on that ball.
I think his eyes were already up looking at the field before he had the ball in his hands, and it'll be 2nd and 10 now. This clock stops with 6:19 left.
Second and 10 for the Panthers.
Two wide receivers to either side now on 2nd and 10.
Pretty much got to stay in the air right now, and Jamino drops back, looks. Now he's got to scramble a little bit. Looks down
Under
the field
pressure.
again. Now he's in big trouble. He just throws it away, and that's going to be grounding right there. Flag is down.
Gimeno gets rid of the ball. Flags on the play.
He had nowhere to go with that ball. Two flags.
Might be in the neighborhood of holding on those plays, or even hands to the face. You saw
There was nobody in the area where he threw the ball.
Richard Bell, number 52 there, was motioning a hands to the face on that play. At least he felt that's what happened to him. As Lyons checks out of the game now. Not sure if they're going to get him for grounding on that one, as that one did make it back to the line of scrimmage. It's just a matter of whether he was outside the tackle box.
That referee's had a rough game. Doing a good job, but he's had a rough game trying to sort out a lot of different plays that have taken place here tonight.
And his microphone doing him no favors.
I don't even see his lips moving at the moment. I need some hand signals to sort it out.
So this will be against Sac City as they're starting to march it off the other direction.
Holding. Good call, Kyle. That's going to be declined. Holding. A second one. So 2 holding calls against Sac City.
They'll keep one of them, so it'll be second
Holding
down
call
again
on the
and
Panthers.
20. As they probably had their choice of who to call on there. It was a jailbreak by the defensive line. There were about 3 guys in the backfield that time.
Second down, and I think to get a first down, they got to get over to Deschutes Road.
He'll have to get all the way to the 37 on second and
Long
20.
way to go, and they're going to go to the air again. And he's got a guy right over the middle. He fakes it, and he's going down.
Cole Parker.
Cole Parker with a sack.
Second sack of the night for Parker. And there were a couple Knights swarming in there as well.
Cole Parker looking great.
There's been one story tonight that we can point to. It's that Shasta defensive line overwhelming the Panther offensive line here tonight, run and pass.
Sack brings up a third.
A number of sacks, 1 interception,
Panthers.
and generally disarray in the passing game for the
They
majority
got
of the
a
night.
4-man defensive line right there.
They've got a timeout for the Panthers.
Yep, good idea. Talk it over a little bit. 5:27 left to play in this football game. Shasta leads 22-6.
It'll be 3rd and 24 when we get back. I want to thank one of our sponsors, the Army.
U.S. Army.
U.S. Army proud sponsors your Shasta Knights.
I'm gonna drop mics for a second.
Mm-hmm. I always say if we're going to be turned down because of copyrighted music, it might as well be Queen.
I'm surprised you haven't seen that movie, Bohemian Rhapsody, yet.
I need to. It's an oversight on my part.
One of the good movies of all time. Back to pass, Damini.
Deep pass on the right
deep
side.
down, all the way over, overthrows his man at the 45. Referee almost got ran over on that one.
Looking for the big tight end there down the right sideline. He's covered well by Jaden Harris, who was with him step for step.
Zach Marsh Wojin, 6'5", out of Vacaville, 245 pounds.
So
pretty quick.
4th and 24, they try for the big play and no dice. So Shasta will take over deep in Panther territory.
Well,
with just 5:22 left.
4th downs right now. They're going to punt right from their own end zone.
Pardon me, that was 3rd and forever. You're absolutely right. I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Ty Lemon back deep for the night.
Ty Lemon.
Back at midfield, so all
he's right at the 50. So there we go. There's the punt. Nice kick. Ty Lemon would love to pick it up and run, but it's nowhere near him. A good bounce for the Panthers. It rolls all the way down to the 34-yard line.
Another 50-plus yard.
How about that? That was a good bounce. Here comes a couple of flags.
Very late flags.
What's that about?
I was looking at the other side of the field, and I'm not exactly sure.
Falls down on the 34, flags on the field.
A number of penalties here in the second half has slowed down the game a little bit for us, but let's see what the call is on this one. Shasta figures to have decent field position here, but
stay on that, coach, for a second. Some sort of a penalty went on Shasta's player number 27. He's headed for the locker room. That was Virgil Ellis. Get the call here for a second.
And it is going to be a personal foul, so it'll probably be 15 yards on top of the end of the kick.
Yeah, keep that camera on the coach there, Justin. That's a good place to be right now.
Personal foul penalty on the night.
And I saw Coach Hamilton say, head to the locker room to that number 27, Virgil Ellis.
And he is making his way over there, so that's going to be the end of the night for him.
Take over. 5:11 left to go in our ball game.
They're going to move the ball all the way back to the Shasta 19. So after punting from his own goal line and having a 50-plus yard punt, they tack the penalty on at the end, and we're going to completely flip the field as Shasta will start at their own 19.
BK, your question, who was the personal foul line, was on Virgil Ellis, number 27, and he's headed to the locker room now. Coach Hamilton sent him packing. Wickard now, hands off to McCree. McCree's got nowhere to go. He maybe gained a yard or two on the play.
Off the left side there, and they come out in a power formation and try to squeeze out about 2.5, maybe 3 yards. Call it 2nd and 7 now.
Give him about 3 on the play to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the night.
Continuing to chip away at this clock now as we're under 5 minutes to play. And continuing to run down here. Will be under 4.5 minutes most likely by the time they snap this play. 3 wide receivers to the left now. McCall, the tight end, lines up on the end of the right side of the line.
Wickard's got a guy in motion. He'll stop right there at the line. And he'll hand off to McCree. McCree will go around the left end. Gets around one guy. Stutter step. Gang tackle by the Panthers. They'll bring him out of bounds at the 28.
Nice job there to squeeze about 5 or 6 out of that play. And with some traffic over there on the left side, McCree able to put his shoulder down and pick up an extra yard or 2 at the end of that run.
They're about a yard shy from the first down. 4:02 left to play. Clock's ticking. Shasta leads 22-6.
And since that last drive, we have not seen Vinny Smith re-enter the game after getting dinged up a little bit. They'll try to pick up the first down here with 2 backs in the backfield.
He was favoring his groin area, like you said, so he may have pulled a groin muscle. That hurts.
McCree again, off the right
McCree
side.
To the right-hand side.
Down.
He's got a lane, first down, and about 3 more behind that. Ball up to the 34-yard line.
And more importantly, you can run 3 more plays off the clock and bleed this one. They should be able to get under 2 minutes. Just with a couple of running plays here, even without another first down. Time winding down here on the Sac City Panthers, who have fought valiantly here, but just have been unable to muster the offense necessary, just 6 points. They trail 22-6 to your hometown Shasta Knights.
It's been a very close and competitive game on both sides of the ball. I mean, not one team has dominated the other.
A 12-3 game at the half. It's been close pretty much all game.
Wickard with the snap.
McCree
and there's
again.
the McCree ball carrier. Gets across the 35 to the 36. Gain of about 2. 3:04 left to play.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining, but
it'll be 2nd and 8 for the
we'll
Knights.
see unless they get to 3rd down, and you might see Sac City use that first of the 2 remaining ones if they are able to force a 3rd and long here. Shasta with about 12 seconds left on the play clock. They'll probably get it under 2.5 by the time they snap this one. McCree in the backfield with a fullback and a tight end. Just 2 wideouts, and they're going to hand it to McCree yet again here.
Same play. He'll try to get
Kick
around
out
the
block.
outside.
He's got
He
the
does.
corner, first down and a flag down. So this one might be coming back. Fountain was in the backfield as another blocker. Not sure who they're going to get on the penalty there, but McCree able to get sprung around the outside.
He got around the outside for sure.
Got
Up
out
to midfield, but I think they're going to catch a holding call on that, and they'll bring it back.
So on 2nd and 8, what looked like a nice run.
Personal foul. Blocking below the knees.
Go back the Knights up to the 20-yard line.
It'll be 2nd down for the Knights.
No more crackback blocks or cut, used to be you could do all manner of things to defensive linemen and linebackers, but a lot of that has been legislated out of the game. Many people think for the better. Certainly from an injury standpoint, it's for the better.
Shasta College opened up a brand new Starbucks on campus this week.
Hey, there you go. Get your fix.
2nd and 23 for the Knights.
2nd and 23.
Another power formation here with a heavy line to the right.
Yeah, back to pass. Wickard, how he's going to roll out to the right-hand side, looking downfield. Nowhere to go. He's going to run the ball. And he'll run it out of bounds at about the 28-yard line.
So a rare scrambling attempt from Wickard, and he runs up the embankment up to the fence there.
You say rare. I think that's the first one I've ever seen.
Hoke usually when he moves out of the pocket is to reset and find another spot to throw from. He does not typically look to scramble, but had some real estate in front of there on the right side. And from 2nd and 23, after a gain of 7, it'll be about 3rd and 16. As we roll under 2 minutes now, but 3rd and very long. We'll see if they just want to turn around and hand it off to McCree once again here. 2 wideouts and a big line, as we've seen throughout this drive, and they will do just that.
McCree gets it. Nowhere to go. Now he goes to the left-hand side.
springs
He's
him on
got
the
room
block.
to roof.
Marks
35,
block
40.
on the outside. He's got a first down.
Up to the 44. That is going to be enough for a first down. I see no flags on the play. McCree turning chicken scratch into chicken salad.
He picks it up. Shasta.
It just warms my heart when you see a wide receiver spring a running back for a block like that.
Yeah, that was nice.
He had James Lee doing just enough to get in the way to spring him at the line of scrimmage, and then Carson Marks working hard on the outside to get him an extra 4 or 5 yards right down to the first line marker. And with 1:39 left, ball's going to be right at the 44-yard line, and Shasta can basically, even with 2 timeouts left, basically sit on this one if they want to. Up 13 here. Another big line with a tight end on either end of the line.
I got to figure they'll go to McCree on this one again just to burn it down. They do, right up the middle. Same play. Oh, and he lost his footing and sits down.
No. Oh, no.
He may have rolled an ankle on that.
His leg went right out from underneath him, and
yeah, it did.
Looked like he might have grimaced there a little bit, but he pops right back up.
There was a pretty good dose of rain before the game started, but it was a couple of hours before it. I wonder if that's had any effect on footing down there on the field, because I've seen footing issues about 3 or 4 times tonight.
Players trying to cut and just not being able to find any purchase on the ground, as that one will end up being about a yard loss as we tick down right under a minute now.
1:05 on the clock.
And we're going to be in victory formation here as the Knights are going to go to 4-0. As the Panthers will not try to stop the clock, down 13.
Wickard takes a knee.
And with one more kneel down, that will seal it. Shasta's going to go to
right.
4-0 with a commanding 22-6 victory here tonight. And I don't think it's too big of a stretch to call our defensive player of the game. How about Detrius Kelsel?
Absolutely.
A sack, a couple tackles for loss, and an interception for the big fella back in the first half to kill a drive.
You know that he felt good about that early on in the game.
He was a one-man wrecking crew tonight. Cole Parker as well with a couple sacks.
28 seconds, and they're just going to sit on this one, and that will wrap it up. And there's the snap, and he'll take a knee, and that will be the ball game for you. Final score here at Memorial Stadium at Shasta College. Shasta 22. The Panthers from Sac City 6. And we'll show you the good sportsmanship right in the center of the field, Justin, as they meet their players. That's going to be it here. Next week, we're back here for, was it 1 o'clock kickoff?
1 p.m. next week.
All right, thank you all for tuning in on the YouTube channel tonight. We appreciate that. And before they get into a bunch of copyrighted music, which we do not want to play, final comments, Kyle?
Just a great defensive game here tonight, and looking forward to your midweek session with Coach Hamilton this week.
Absolutely. So it was nice doing a good game with you. We had a great time. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back for the kickoff next week at 1 p.m. And thank you for tuning in. The Shasta Sports Network, happy to be providing you coverage. Brought to you by the Scepter 7 Hyper Water System, United States Army, the National Guard, Jerry Butler, Snap-on Tools, and our friends at Hill Collision Center. So it's good night from Shasta College, and thank you all. We'll see you next week.
4-0, baby.
Thank you, Thomas Budd. We appreciate it, my friend. Coach Campos, thanks for tuning in on the game tonight, man. We miss you here, but it's nice to have you close by. We're happy to show you the game. So we'll see you all next week.